The shadow knows.
Blue Coal presents The Shadow, the mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, the poison death. Today's exciting adventure with The Shadow will start in just a moment. But first, I have an unusual free offer of great interest to all listeners. John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert, has written a book, How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. And you can obtain a copy of this attractively illustrated 24-page book absolutely without charge. Just address Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or write to Blue Coal in care of the station to which you are listening. Drop a postcard in the mail tonight for your free copy of How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home.
Mercy Hospital.
Quick, send an ambulance to 217 Shoreview Road. My children, they're poisoned, dying. Oh, hurry. Hurry, please. Hurry.
Doctor, what's wrong with my husband?
He's been poisoned.
Poisoned? Isn't there something you can do? Some way of saving him?
No, I'm sorry, my dear. It's too late. Your husband is dead. What's this, Bill? Another poison case? Yes. The calls are coming in faster than we can answer them. Well, this one will have to go to General. The emergency ward is full. Not a cot left. The same thing in every hospital in town. They're swamped, all poison cases. And nobody knows how they're getting it or what it is.
Come in, Commissioner Weston.
Thanks. I came over as soon as I got your message, Mr. Mayor.
Sit down, Commissioner. You know why I sent for you?
Yes. And I hate to admit it, but we haven't one single clue to go on. I've had the entire police force working on this poison epidemic for 3 days, and we're right where we started.
When the first ransom note was sent to the newspapers demanding $1 million ransom or this city of over 1 million souls will be wiped out, poisoned, I thought it was a hoax.
Mayor, it's a wild scheme of a crazed mind. It can't be anything else.
I don't agree with you. The ransom note was signed The Shadow. This same Shadow you claimed has helped you solve so many crimes. But it was never asked for reward or credit.
I don't believe the Shadow sent that note, Mayor.
No? Then look at this photostatic copy of the original typewritten threat. Listen to the way it's worded. For years, the Shadow has smashed rackets, wiped out criminal syndicates, trapped murderers without reward. And now the time has come for a settlement. The Shadow has saved the city millions. Now the city will pay the Shadow $1 million for the hospital to be filled with the dying and the morgues will be filled with the dead.
I'm still convinced that it isn't the real Shadow who's guilty.
You say that because the Shadow has helped you so much in the past.
I resent that, Mr. Mayor.
All right, resent it. But it's up to you to get busy and find out who's responsible.
The fact remains that no clues have been found.
Well, I've got to have action.
I'm doing everything I can.
Maybe you are, but you ought to do better. Look at this report. The hospitals are filled with the dying. The morgue is filled with the dead. Hundreds of innocent people, stricken by a poison the health department can't identify. A poison for which there seems to be no antidote. What is it? How is it being fed to the people? Find out or we'll get another police commissioner. Just a minute, there's a phone. Hello?
This is Clyde Burke of the Classic, Your Honor.
What is it, Burke?
We just received another note signed by the Shadow.
What this time?
Listen to this. I can strike at random, but I can also single out any one of you for death. To prove it, I am going to poison Dan Brinkley, Commissioner of Sanitation. When you get this through the mail, Brinkley will be dead.
Lamont Cranston.
Hello, Margot.
Thank heavens you're back. Have you discovered who's poisoning all these people? Who's using your name, the name of the Shadow?
Oh, no, Margot. Every theory I've worked on has led nowhere.
Whoever he is, this man masquerading as the Shadow must be absolutely insane.
There's no doubt about that, Margot, but it's the insanity of a genius, not of a money-mad fool. What strange, distorted mind could devise such a terrible scheme? Margot, let me see that map of the city again.
I'll get it.
You know, the one where we marked all the areas affected by this wholesale poisoning?
Yes, I know. Here you are, Lamont.
You see? The cases are widely scattered all over the city.
And have you any idea how these people were poisoned? Must have been put in food or milk or something. There have been so many poisonings. It doesn't seem humanly possible it could have been administered individually.
No, they were poisoned in groups. In every house affected by the poison, no one escaped. It wasn't poisoned milk. The newspapers checked on that, and it couldn't have been the food.
No, the food those people ate came from 100 different stores.
Wait a minute, Margot. You've just given me an idea. What's the one thing that all these people must have had at some time or another on the day they were poisoned?
What do you mean, Lamont?
Margot, I think I've got it. Water. Yes, water, that's it.
Well, how could that be?
I don't know, Margot, but that's the answer. I'm sure of it. That explains the grouping of the poison cases.
But how?
It could have been done at the water meter, introduced into the main pipe in the basement somewhere.
So many different places without somebody noticing?
Yes, and Margot, who could tamper with the water pipes in the basements of any building in the city and not arouse suspicion?
Why, only someone from the water company. The man who reads the meter.
Exactly, or someone posing as a representative of the water company. Oh, sir. Margot, come on, let's open the window. Something else has happened.
Oh, Lamont, it's like a nightmare.
What's he saying?
Daniel Brinkley, Commissioner of Sanitation, found poisoned after warning.
Oh, how
Extra, read all about it. The shadow...
Close the window, Margot.
Lamont, why do you suppose Commissioner Brinkley was singled out?
Margot, a distorted mind, especially that of a brilliant man, will very often move along a straight line from cause to effect. This case follows a line so simple and so straight that the police do not even suspect who he is, Margot. But in killing Brinkley, he deviated from his original purpose long enough to settle a grudge. This is that one mistake the greatest of criminals make.
You mean it's somebody whom Commissioner Brinkley wronged?
Yes. But Brinkley may never have wronged anybody. To a man with a warped mind like this, an imagined wrong can inspire revenge just the same.
Maybe it's someone who worked under Brinkley, someone in the Department of Sanitation.
Margot, the pieces of this crazy puzzle are beginning to fit together. Where's yesterday's paper, the one with a photostatic copy of the ransom note sent by the man masquerading under the name of the Shadow?
Oh, here it is, Lamont. I kept it along with all the other clippings.
Yes, let me see. For years, the Shadow has smashed rackets, wiped out criminal syndicates, trapped murderers without reward. Margot, look at this. The letter E, it appears 6, 7, 8 times, and every time it appears out of line. And look.
Yes.
Look here, the letter A is blurred. Margot, it's like ABC, the obvious clue. We could only find that typewriter.
But Lamont, out of all the typewriters in the city, it would be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Don't you suppose the police have considered that angle, tried to find that machine?
Well, perhaps they have, but without first logically working out the problem as to the one place where that machine might be, they're wasting their time. The one place is the Department of Sanitation. It's so logical as to be incredible. Come on, Margot. Get your hat and coat. We've got work to do, and there's no time to lose.
But, Lamont, you're not going to the Department of Sanitation at this hour of the night.
Why not?
Well, suppose you were caught.
Don't worry, Margot. The real Shadow won't be caught. I need your help if we're going to try out all the typewriters in those offices. It's a job for Lamont Cranston and his assistant, Margot Lane.
But if we're caught, how long a sentence can they give us for breaking into a public building?
It's worth risking, and far better than sitting here building up theories and knocking them down again while this mad masquerader carries out his monstrous schemes of wholesale murder. Come on, Margot, let's go. No, Margot. No, this isn't the machine.
Well, it's the last one in here.
Well, let's try the next office.
Be careful of that flashlight, Lamont. Must be a watchman here in the building somewhere.
He's down in the basement sleeping. I made sure of that before I signaled you to come in.
Oh, it looks like another exploded theory, Lamont. We've tried dozens of machines, and none of them have the characteristics of the letters in those ransom notes.
We're not going to stop until we've tried them all, Margot.
There's a door there leading to the back part of this floor, Lamont.
Yes, it says, Private Office of Chief Chemist A.D. Gerber. Let's look in there.
Yes, there's a machine.
It's the only one in here. Try it, Margot. Here's some paper.
Thanks. I'll be glad to get out of this place.
Write the same words, Margot. That's it. For years, the Shadow has smashed rackets, wiped
Lamont, the E dropped.
Wiped out criminal syndicates. Margot, the A blurred. Go on, finish it. Trapped murderers without reward. Now the time has come for settlement.
This is the machine that typed the warning notes to the papers.
The office of the city's chief chemist.
In Gerber's office.
It might not have been Gerber. Other people could get to this machine and use it.
Margot, everything's beginning to fit together. Who would know more about poisons than a chemist? You know, I felt all along.
What was that?
Someone in the next room.
Turn your light over on that door, Lamont. There's lettering on it.
Laboratory. Keep out.
Who would be in a laboratory at this time of night?
Margot, I don't know. But I'm going to find out.
It may be the man we're looking for, Lamont.
Margot, I think it'll be best if you get out of here. Go back to the car. Wait for me.
Oh, please, Lamont, let me stay here till you come out. I might be able to help you if it's that crazy maniac.
No, Margot, no. Go out to the car and wait for me. Lamont Cranston and Margot Lane have done all they can. The time has come for me to be the shadow. The real shadow must open that door.
The second part of the Shadow's adventure will continue in just a moment. In the meantime, let's talk about how to save money. You will begin saving money when you use blue coal. Blue coal is Pennsylvania anthracite. It is an American product mined by the Glen Alden Coal Company. Unlike many other fuels, blue coal is especially prepared for use in American homes whose heating plants were designed to use anthracite. And to be sure of getting the best anthracite, order blue coal. Its blue color identifies it at a glance. Blue coal is a long-burning fuel that sends a steady, continuous flow of uniform heat into the living quarters of the home. There is no waste because blue coal burns completely to a fine, powdery ash, and it is such a clean fuel to use. These are just a few of the reasons why sales of blue coal in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania this winter are 22% greater than last winter. Stroudsburg families have been using blue coal in increasing quantities. These are the families that not only enjoy more comfortable homes, but now save money on fuel bills as well. So I urge all families who have not yet tried blue coal to order a trial ton tomorrow. Find out for yourself how much better this specially prepared home fuel is than any other solid fuel. Order blue coal by name in any one of 4 popular sizes: egg, stove, chestnut, or pea. The name of your nearest blue coal dealer can be found in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
Nerves. Why should I be nervous? No one knows. I'm here all alone. And who would suspect me, Gerber, the city chemist? I'll never tell them. They'll never know that Brinkley is dead. They'll make me commissioner of sanitation. I should have had the job when they gave it to him. I guess he knows it now. Gerber, bring me that report. Gerber, why didn't you do this? Gerber, why didn't you do that? Treating me like dirt. All that's over now, though. Over and done with. How did that door get open? Must have forgotten to close it. Must be getting absent-minded. Got to be more careful. Someone might come in. Might ask me what I'm doing. What I'm making.
What are you making, Gerber?
Wait, what was that? Who said that? Who laughed?
The shadow spoke. The shadow laughed, Gerber.
Shadow?
Yes, Gerber. I am the shadow. You know my name. You've been using it as a cloak to cover your excursions into the realm of murder.
Oh, you can make yourself invisible, Shadow. Or are you hiding?
I happen to be master of the ancient art of hypnotism, by which I can blind your eyes to my presence.
But you are really here in this room. Physically, I mean.
Yes, I opened that door. I walked into this room. I am here. Quite near you, Gerber.
How did you find me?
By a process of elimination. Because you made one mistake in your admirable train of logic.
A mistake?
Yes. When you murdered Brinkley, the commissioner of sanitation, I knew it must be someone who had a grievance against him, real or imaginary.
Real or imaginary. Oh, I see. You think I am insane, Shadow?
The sanity of a brilliant mind is not measured by ordinary standards, Gerber.
Yes, that's it. My co-workers know I'm brilliant. They don't think I'm eccentric because when anybody's around, I'm on my guard.
What were you doing when I came in, Gerber?
Filling this bottle.
What is in that bottle, Gerber? What is that crimson-colored fluid?
That is the poison, Shadow. I'm supposed to be analyzing the blood taken from my first batch of poison victims, but instead I've been making more poison. You see? It's all ready now. Would you like some, Shadow? I'll be glad to give it to you.
What are you going to do with that bottle of poison, Gerber? Or are you afraid to tell me?
No, I'm not afraid. You can't stop me. The devil himself couldn't stop me. Listen, I'm going to drive to one of our fashionable suburbs where all the important people of the city live. There's a high steel water tower there. I'm going to climb that tower and pour this little bottle of poison through the trap door at the top. It will be diluted in the water, carried into the homes of all those prominent people. And by tomorrow night, they will all be dead.
It is fortunate I found you in time.
Time for what, Shadow?
In time to stop you.
You can't stop me, Shadow.
You're not going to leave this laboratory with that bottle of poison, Gerber.
Yes, I am. And I'm going this minute, Shadow. You see this test tube?
Yes.
It's filled with acid. Acid that will burn you beyond recognition.
You forget you can't see me.
Yeah, but the only way you can stop me is by physical means, with your body that seems to be not even a shadow. And to do that, you must drop your cloak of invisibility.
How do I know that isn't a blind to make myself become visible to you?
No, it isn't a blind, Shadow. See, I pour a little on the floor. You see? Think what that would do to human flesh. And you say you are human.
Yes. Yes, I am human.
Then I dare you to stop me. At the first touch of your hands, I'll throw it at you.
It is better that one man be injured than you should kill another entire community. I'm willing to take that chance.
All right. We'll see if you're as brave as you sound, Shadow.
Stop where you are.
No! I'm leaving unless you stop me physically.
Then I have no alternative but to fight you man to man.
Oh, so you are human. All right. Take this. I warned you, Shadow. You will be burned beyond recognition. That acid will eat into you to the very bone. Goodbye, Shadow. At last you've met someone who is your match. Now there's no one to stop me putting the poison in that water tower.
Margot!
Yes, Lamont.
Did you see a tall, powerfully built man come out of the sanitation building just now?
Yes, Lamont. He got in a car. There he goes, going down the street. You can still see the tail.
Follow me, Margot, and in heaven's name, don't lose him. That's the man, Gerber.
He won't get away.
Margot, is the first aid kit in the car?
Yes, it's in the side pocket. Oh, Lamont, your clothes. They're smoking.
Yeah.
And your hands bleeding.
That's
Oh,
nothing.
Lamont, my dear, what happened?
Acid, Margot, acid. He was getting away with a bottle of poison. I tried to stop him, and he threw the acid.
Oh, Lamont, your face. Let me look at your face.
I didn't get any on my face.
Oh.
I threw up my arm in time. It's all right. I'll bandage my hands as best I can. Keep your eyes on that car, Margot.
Yes.
Far more important, don't lose him. He's heading for the suburbs. This time, Gerber really means business. Margot, he's set to poison the whole community. He's going to dump a bottle of that deadly stuff in a water tower.
Oh, Lamont. Oh, you're in terrible pain. I can see it. Let me take care of you. Let me stop at a phone booth and call Commissioner Weston. Let me send out a general alarm and pick this man
No,
up.
Margot, we have a job to do. We lose Gerber. If we stop, then the police wouldn't be any good. We'll find out where he's going, and then we can call the police.
All right, Lamont. You know best. I'll try not to lose him. Oh, Lamont, is the pain any easier? You've got to get to a doctor as quickly as possible. Infection might set in.
I will as soon as... Margot, look.
Yes.
I think Gerber is nearing his destination. He's taking that road up the hill. If I remember correctly, the water tower's at the top.
Lamont, how will you stop him now? You with your bleeding hands. He's a powerful man. Crazy with the strength of a maniac.
I've got to do what I can to delay him. Keep him from putting that poison in the tower until you can get the police.
But police? Lamont, how is he going to get the poison in the tank?
He said there was a trap door on top of the tower. A door they used when they cleaned the tank.
Oh, Lamont, that means you may have to climb that tower. Now, you can't, not with your hands in that condition. It's snowing. There'll be ice on the rungs of the ladder, and in this wind, you're liable to slip and fall.
I've got to chance it. Stop, Margot, stop. There's the water tower.
There's the car. Lamont, look, it's Gerber. He's starting to climb the tower already.
Margot, go on, now, get the police. Hurry. Tell them to get someone to shut off the water in this tower in case I fail. Hurry, Margot, hurry! I'm going up there after him.
All right, Lamont, I'll get...
Who's that?
The man you thought you'd left in your laboratory. Burnt and blind with acid. The Shadow.
Yes? But I thought I had you. But all right. Keep on following me. You're a long way behind me by the sound of your voice.
Yes. Yes, but you have to stop when you get to the top. And I shall catch up with you.
Yes. Why, by that time I shall have poisoned the water.
You forget the trap door to the tank may be locked.
It will be rusty and easy to break.
But it will take time, and I shall be gaining on you. You need to hurry, Gerber. Too bad you missed my face with that acid, isn't it,
Yeah,
Gerber?
but some of it went on you. I heard it sizzling into your flesh.
On my hands, that's all. Don't you want to see them?
Then you must be suffering holding onto the ice-covered ladder.
Not as much as you'll suffer once I reach you.
All right, hurry, Shadow. I'm on the top already. Now, you were right, Shadow. The trap door is locked. But that won't stop me. I'm going to blow it open with my revolver. The lock is broken, Shadow. You'd better hurry up.
I'm not far below you now, Gerber.
Now I'm opening the trap door, Shadow.
Yes. Now hear it, Gerber, but you'll never put the poison in the water.
I have the bottle in my hand. I'm pulling out the stopper.
And I'm here to knock it out of your hand.
Ah! Yes! You broke it. You spilled the poison. You spoiled my revenge. You spoiled it. But you'll pay for it. You're leaving blood marks on the snow with your hands. You can't get off the top of this tower. You can't get past me to the ladder. I don't need to see you to find you. The blood marks will show me where you are.
Come and get me, Gerber. I'm waiting for you here on top of the tank.
I know you are. And you can't go any further, or you'll slip and fall to the ground, hundreds of feet below.
Don't be so sure, Gerber.
There. I touched you, Shadow. Oh, you squirm very cleverly. But I've got you. I've got hold of you. You won't get away from me, Shadow.
And you won't get away from the police. Hear them coming?
You warned the police?
Yes.
But before they get here, I'm going to throw you off the tower,
You
Shadow.
might fall off yourself if you try to do that.
If I do, I'll pull you off with me.
Somebody on top of that water tower! Bring your searchlight up there, quick! Right, Commissioner Weston.
And Commissioner Weston. He's come to take you himself, Gerber. You should feel honored.
He'll never get me. He'll never take me alive.
There it is, Commissioner. Standing on the edge. Don't be weird. He seems to be struggling with somebody. Turn the searchlight on him!
You're caught, Gerber. You're trapped. You're trapped. There's no escape, Gerber.
Listen to me, Commissioner Wester. You'll never get me. Never. I did it. I killed all those people. I made you think it was the Shadow.
Get back, Commissioner. He's going to jump.
You'll be killed, Gerber.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Because you're coming with me, Shadow. Come on, Shadow. Come with me. Come with me.
He did it. He jumped. Throw your light over there to the foot of the tower. See who it is. That's our man, the poisoner. There's the body.
He must be dead as a doornail.
Yes. No man could fall that distance and live. Turn him over. Let's see his face.
He's dead, all right. Neck's broken. Wait.
Why, it's Gerber. Gerber. The chief chemist of the sanitation department. Who would ever have thought a man in his position?
He was struggling with someone up there on the top of the tower. Where's the other man?
Look around the base of the tower. See if you can find another body. Look in the bushes.
I suppose we could have missed him, but I don't see how.
Can't see a thing in these snow flurries. Swing the searchlight around. Anything over there, Sergeant?
No sign.
I don't see anybody here, Sergeant.
Nobody over here either, Sergeant.
Nothing over on this side. Listen. Shadow.
Yes, Commissioner Weston. The shadow. I am walking down. And, Commissioner, don't bother to search anymore. I am the man Gerber was struggling with up on the tower.
So, you trapped Gerber?
Yes, Commissioner. I trapped him. Gerber's your man. The man who tried to poison the people of this city into paying him $500,000.
Well, you won't poison any more by the looks of him.
And now, will you do something for me, Commissioner?
By all means.
If you don't mind, Commissioner, I'd like to publicly take the credit for solving this mystery. Gerber committed his crimes in the name of a shadow. And I rather think the real shadow deserves to be vindicated. Don't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, before the shadow leaves you, here's John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Barclay.
Thank you, Ken Roberts. Good evening, friends. At the beginning of this program, Mr. Roberts mentioned my book, How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. This book is free, and I hope all of my listeners will request a copy. For example, you've been told blue coal is prepared in 4 sizes. Each size is intended for use under definite conditions. If the fire pot of your furnace is less than 16 inches in diameter, you should use chestnut-sized coal. Egg or stove-sized coal should only be used in larger fire pots. The selection of the proper size blue coal for different size furnaces is fully explained on page 4 of my book. Greater economy, fewer trips to the furnace, and more uniform heat are obtained when you use the proper size blue coal. Blue coal and blue coal dealers are interested in saving you money. That is why I'm offering you this book. And that is why blue coal dealers send John Barclay trained servicemen upon request to inspect your heating plants free of charge. This is all a part of the service that comes with blue coal. For this reason, I am anxious to send you my book, How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. Drop a postcard in the mail tonight for your copy. Address it to either Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of the station to which you're listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barclay. And homeowners, remember, blue coal plus John Barclay's service means better and more economical heat for you than ever before. In the meantime, whether you use blue coal or not, be sure to write to Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of the station to which you are listening. Ask for Mr. Barclay's free 24-page book, How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. You have just heard a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite, will again present another thrilling adventure of The Shadow. Be sure to listen, and be sure to burn blue coal, the solid fuel for solid comfort.
The shadow knows.
Blue Coal presents one of radio's most famous features, The Shadow. The story of the mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today we present The Shadow in one of his most remarkable adventures. A modern mystery of science and crime, The Phantom Voice. In just a moment, The Shadow begins his exciting adventure. Meanwhile, I'd like to tell you how you can safeguard the health and comfort of your family during these dangerous winter months. Burn Blue Coal. It gives you safe, uniform, healthful heat all winter long. And for valuable heating information that will save you real money regardless of the fuel you're using, send tonight for John Barclay's free 24-page book, How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. Address a postcard to Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of this station. Don't miss out by delaying. Send for your free copy of How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home right at the close of this program.
Here we are. Here, Margot, let me help you on.
All right. Thank you, Lamont.
This way, Margot.
Lamont Cranston, where on earth are you taking me?
We're on our way to the criminal court, Margot.
The criminal court? Oh, a murder trial.
This isn't a murder trial. Unless I'm badly mistaken, we're going to witness an assassination.
What?
An assassination. The assassination of the character and reputation of one of the most outstanding public men in America today.
Oh, you mean Senator Durham?
Yes.
Say, I've been reading about his trial in the papers. They've certainly unearthed plenty of evidence that he accepted that bribe.
Well, unless I've made a mistake in character analysis, that evidence is forged. Durham is more than a political figure, Margot. He's a statesman. He has an independent income. He's devoted his life to unselfish public service.
Oh, he's a very wealthy man.
Yes, Margot. Senator Durham has given away 10 times the amount of money he's accused of taking as a bribe.
Well, if that's true, Lamont, the whole thing doesn't make sense. Why should a man like that take a 15-year prison term for taking a bribe he didn't need?
That's the point that worries me.
Incidentally, didn't I see that the prosecution expects to spring a surprise bit of evidence today?
Exactly. That's why we're here. Come along, Margot. Court's already in session.
Order in the court.
One more such outburst on the part of the spectators at this trial, and I shall order the courtroom cleared. Proceed, Mr. Defense Attorney.
Your Honor, I have stated the case for my client. I have shown that by his record, it would have been impossible for him to act as the prosecution claims he has acted. And I have yet to see any proof that Senator Durham has committed any crime. I will now call Senator Durham himself to the stand to deny these lies in person.
Senator Durham to the stand.
Here I am.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Proceed with the examination.
Senator, you have heard the prosecution's accusations that you did at some time during last December accept a bribe from the late Mario Rinaldi.
Yes.
What is your answer?
I never accepted a bribe from anyone. My answer is the whole thing is a pack of lies.
Order in the court.
Your witness.
Senator Durham, do you deny that on the 16th of December last, you received a visit from the late Mario Rinaldi in your room at the Maximilian Hotel?
Why, no. He came to see me, and I told...
Confine yourself to specific answers. Gentlemen of the jury, the defense has made much of the senator's long and seemingly illustrious career of public service. They would have you believe that, like Caesar's wife, the defendant, Senator Durham, is above suspicion. They've paraded witnesses to the stand who have told you of his philanthropies, of his unselfish devotion to public service, of his blameless personal life in the past. That we do not contest, refute, nor deny.
But unfortunately for Senator Durham, he is not being tried for his past. We, the prosecution, need but one more bit of evidence to complete our case. We have that evidence.
Order in the court.
I beg leave to show the jury a soundtrack motion picture of a meeting between the defendant and the late Mario Rinaldi, whose bribe of $50,000 paid to the defendant is the basis upon which this case was brought to trial.
Order in the court.
Has this motion picture a direct bearing on this case, Mr. Prosecutor?
It has, Your Honor.
Has the counsel for the defense any objection to the introduction of this type of evidence without due notice?
Senator Durham has nothing whatever to fear from the introduction of any authentic motion picture record of any meeting of Mario Rinaldi and himself, even though the picture was made without the senator's knowledge.
Very well.
The projection equipment is in the courtroom. Will you order the shades drawn and the lights extinguished?
Court attendants will please draw the shades. Again, I caution the spectators against any outbursts of any kind. Furthermore, no one will be allowed to leave the court until the introduction of this evidence is complete. You may proceed, Mr. Prosecutor.
With the court's permission, we will place the screen in full view of the jury.
Your Honor.
Counsel for the defense has a question.
For the sake of the record, will the prosecution state at whose request this motion picture was made?
It was made at the request of Anthony Vogel, an attorney of this city.
For what reason?
As a citizen interested in public welfare.
Ready to roll a film, Mr. Prosecutor?
Very well. Now, if the attendant will turn out the lights.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Order. Silence in the court.
The prosecution will submit affidavits to prove that this is an authentic film record of a meeting between Senator Durham and Mario Rinaldi on the evening of December 16th. You may turn on the machine.
Yes, sir.
Yes? Come in. Oh, hello, Rinaldi. I've been expecting you.
Look here, Senator Durham. Why haven't I got the contract award on that Buster Street building? The money's been appropriated. You said you'd use your influence if we fixed you up.
Of course, Rinaldi. I told you you'd get that contract. For consideration. But you didn't send me my present of $50,000 for swinging it your way. So naturally,
Oh, so that's it. You want to be paid off first, huh?
Yes. And in cash. No checks.
Okay. You'll get your 50 grand. Get me that contract. I'll be back in an hour with your money.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
That's the end of the film, gentlemen.
It's a lie. A lie, I tell you. I never said that.
Order in the court.
Your Honor, I object. My client never had such a conversation with Mario Rinaldi. That picture is a fake.
One moment. Attendants will please turn on the lights.
Your Honor, allow me to remind the counsel for the defense that pictures do not lie.
Your Honor, we do not deny that the meeting between Senator Durham and Mario Rinaldi did take place in the manner shown in this film, but we deny that any such conversation took place.
Have you any proof of that?
There are only two people who could know what went on in that room. Senator Durham and Rinaldi. And Rinaldi is dead.
Do you deny the voice was the voice of the defendant?
My client admits that it sounds like his voice, but it cannot be, since he never asked or received a bribe from the late Mario Rinaldi for any reason or purpose whatever. Your Honor, I ask a recess of this trial in order that the defense may have an opportunity to study this film and soundtrack.
I object.
I do not see how the due process of law will be impaired by a 24-hour delay. Objection overruled. Court's adjourned until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Lamont, after seeing that talking picture of Senator Durham meeting Rinaldi and practically demanding a bribe, how can anyone doubt his guilt?
Margot, the Greeks had a philosophy that ran something like this. Only believe half that which you see and nothing you hear.
Oh, but Lamont, that wasn't hearsay evidence. That was the senator speaking. That was his voice. Even he couldn't deny.
No man knows the sound of his own voice, Margot. Besides,
Durham never spoke those words to Rinaldi.
But you saw him. You saw the motion picture.
Exactly. Because I did see him speak, I know he didn't say the things that were on the soundtrack of that film.
What do you mean, Lamont?
Have you ever watched the movement of a man's jaw muscles when he speaks certain words?
You mean you know what he really said?
No. No, his face was half averted from the camera. I couldn't see his lips. I don't know just what he did say, but I know he didn't utter the words we just heard.
Oh, but Lamont, it was still the senator's voice saying those other things, demanding that bribe. I'd swear to it.
Yes, and so will the jury, Margot. Unless something is done within the next 24 hours, one of the finest men in this country, an innocent man, Senator Durham, is going to be railroaded into prison for 15 years by his political enemies. I'm stopping here, Margot. I want you to wait in the car, please.
No. The lawyer's building. What are you going to do here, Lamont?
I'm going up to the 25th floor, Margot. The Shadow has an appointment with one of the most crooked lawyers in this city. Anthony Vogel, who was so interested in the public welfare that he went to the trouble of having a sound camera planted in Senator Durham's hotel suite the night of December 16th.
While we are waiting for the Shadow to return, I would like to ask all homeowners a question. Do you want to save money? Of course you do. And you begin real saving when you cut down on the cost of heating your home. Here's the easiest and surest way to do this. Decide now to cook and heat with blue coal. Here's why blue coal is more economical. It is prepared especially for use in the home. And blue coal is Pennsylvania anthracite. The fuel that furnaces, cooking ranges, and parlor stoves in this section of the country were especially designed to burn. It is mined by the Glen Alden Coal Company, the world's largest producer of specially prepared home fuel. And every carload of blue coal is laboratory tested for purity and size before shipment. And you can always be sure of getting this superior home fuel because it is tinted with an unmistakable blue color so that you can easily identify it at a glance. In Waverly, New York and vicinity, blue coal sales so far this winter are 27% ahead of sales for the same period a year ago. This increase in sales is because Waverly families have found out that blue coal does all I say it will do. So I urge all families throughout this region to try blue coal. Order a trial ton tomorrow. Ask for blue coal by name in any one of 4 sizes: egg, stove, chestnut, or pea. You will find the name of your nearest blue coal dealer listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
See that swell, Mr. Vogel? You certainly put it over. That sound picture sure turned the trick.
Yes, but I'm still worried, Travers.
Well, there ain't nothing to be worried about. Senator Durham's as good as on his way to the pen right now.
Well, I won't feel happy until he is.
When are you going to get me a wrestling bout, boss?
A wrestling bout?
Yeah, it's about time I was getting in the ring again. And, well, I could stand the extra dough.
Forget you're a wrestler, Travers. You'll make more money in this racket as my bodyguard. Any calls while I was down at court?
Yeah, Wilson phoned a couple of minutes ago.
Why didn't you say so?
Well, you didn't ask me.
What did he want?
I wanted to talk to you. Hey, what do you suppose he wants? Dough?
I've paid him all he's going to get. Say, maybe he's read in the afternoon papers what we're really using that soundtrack for. If he gets white-livered and talks...
Well, maybe we should fix him so he can't talk, huh, boss?
What do you mean?
Well, he could fall out of that 15-story apartment of his, accidental-like. He'd only have to fall once.
It might be a good plan.
Okay, you want me to go over there now and take care of it, boss?
No, there's no sense doing anything about him until we have to. But the first sign of anybody getting wise to what we're doing, then we'll arrange a neat little accident for friend Wilson. Well, now let's take a look at that Wesley murder case.
case at a time, Mr. Vogel.
What was that?
Suppose we review the evidence of the case against Senator Durham.
What sort of devil's trick is this? Who are you?
I am the Shadow, Vogel.
But I can't see you.
Nevertheless, Vogel, I am here, in the shadows.
Gee, what? Somebody's talking and nobody's here.
Get up, Travers. I'll handle this. Oh. So you're the Shadow, eh? You come here to play your hypnotic tricks on me. What do you know about Senator Durham's business?
I know everything about it. I've been listening to your interesting conversation about this Mr. Wilson. He seems to play an important part in your case against Senator Durham.
Listen, Shadow, I've heard plenty about you. I don't want to fight you. How much do you want to keep out of this?
Always the fixer.
How much, Shadow?
There isn't enough money in the world to cover up what you're trying to do, Vogel. Who is this man? Wilson. What part did he play in this scheme of yours?
Oh, so you don't know. You're just trying to find out, are you, Shadow? Travers, lock the door.
Okay, boss. That's locked.
Melodrama won't help you, Vogel.
Boss, if I could only see this guy, I could...
Come on, Travers. We don't need to see him.
What do you mean,
Come
boss?
over here. Give me your hand.
Well, okay, but it don't make much sense.
You'll see. All right. Stand up with me against this wall. Now, stretch out your arms. Can you touch the side wall on that side?
Yeah, I can touch it.
Good. I can touch it on my side. Now, walk slowly to the other end of the room and don't let your fingers leave the wall.
Oh, I get it. Then the shadow can't get past it, huh?
You're quick. Now, walk forward slowly. Slow, you fool.
Okay. Well, I don't feel nothing. We're almost to the end of the room, boss. Maybe he got away.
No, he couldn't go through the door. It's locked. Window is locked, too.
Hey, boss, I felt something.
Huh?
I got him. I got hold of him, boss. I can't see him, but I got him. I got the shadow around the throat. He's a man after all. Gee, Strong.
Good. Kill him, Travers.
Maybe he can. He's choking me.
Give me your gat, boss. I'll shoot him.
You don't need a gun. It'll make too much noise.
He's weakening, boss.
Kill him, Travers. Give him your famous stranglehold.
If he doesn't let go, he'll kill me.
Yes, Shadow. This is where you die. Finish him off, Travers. I've got to hurry and take care of Wilson before he gets a chance to talk.
I wonder who that can be. Oh, good evening, Mr. Vogel.
Hello, Wilson. I hear you were trying to get hold of me earlier this evening.
Yes, that's right. I want to talk to you. Won't you come in?
Are you alone?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Mr. Vogel, when you asked me to do some work for you, I didn't ask to know what you were going to do with it. I needed the money for my wife, Alice, and kids, and I...
You got paid, didn't you?
Yes, but... I mean... Well, all this stuff in the papers, Mr. Vogel, about the... Frankly, I don't like it.
Oh, you don't? Having a little attack of conscience, Wilson?
Well, doing a job is one thing, but sending a man away to prison on a false charge is something else. So I intended to tell you that...
Tell me what?
Well, tell you that I refuse to let it go on any further.
Oh, you refuse?
Yes. After all, Mr. Vogel, if I tell what I know about... Well, what are you going to do about it?
Just this. Don't move, Wilson.
Put that gun down. Don't be a fool, Vogel.
I'm not the fool, Wilson. Now, turn your back to me. That's right.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to assist at a little accident. Now, walk to that window.
Wait. You can't do this to me. You can't.
Walk!
Okay.
Now, open the window. All right, Wilson. Climb up on the windowsill.
Just a moment, Mr. Vogel.
The shadow. I thought Travers took care of you.
You thought Travers took care of me, did you, Vogel? Well, I admit he's a good wrestler. But there was one little hold, Vogel, I learned in the Orient that he didn't know. He had me beaten for a moment. It was my one chance to get you to lead me to Wilson.
You mean you followed me here?
Yes. Yes, I followed you here. It wasn't very difficult to get away from Mr. Travers. It seems I arrived just in time for my proof.
In time? No. There, Shadow, there's your proof lying dead on the floor.
You're crazy, Vogel. You're a fool. You'll get the chair for this.
I'm not as crazy as you think. So I'm a fool, am I, Shadow? Now, you're the fool for coming here. You're the fool the police will find locked in this room with Wilson's dead body. They'll find you. I'll see that they do. And here's the gun you killed him with. Why don't you try the window, Shadow? It's only 15 stories to the floor.
Shadow. Shadow.
Wilson. Wilson, tell me. Quick.
I'm done for.
Quick. Quick, Wilson. Give me the proof. The proof, Wilson. The proof that you framed Senator Durham.
Senator. Proof. Senator Durham.
Come on, Wilson. Come on. Tell me. How did you frame Senator Durham?
Durham. Alice, darling. Alice. My baby.
Wilson. Wilson!
Are you all right?
Unlock the door, Margot. Unlock the door. The key's on the outside.
Oh, Lamont, I heard a shot and saw Vogel running out, so I couldn't wait. What happened?
I hadn't been so stupid. Waited so long. I wanted to find out their secret before I spoke. And now it's too late. Wilson is unconscious, I'm afraid. Dying. Vogel has outwitted me. After all.
Vogel. That's it, Vogel. Shot me. In cold blood, he shot me. I'll burn for it.
Wilson. Wilson, listen to me. Listen and think. Think. Tell me. How did you frame Senator Durham? Tell me that, Wilson. Tell me that, and I'll see that Vogel pays for doing this to you.
Senator Durham, now I remember. I'll show you. Help me into the next room. I'll show you.
I will help you. Easy now. Easy.
I'll get on the other side. Why, look. It's a recording studio.
Yeah, that's right. It's my hobby. I'm an actor, an impersonator by profession.
An impersonator?
Yeah. Help me to that chair by the turntable. I impersonate people. I've imitated Senator Durham's voice dozens of times. Quick. Hand me the microphone. Turn on the switch. There, I can't hold out much longer.
Here's the microphone.
Drop that needle on the wax record. Turn that switch. This is you, Wilson, speaking. I've just been shot by Anthony Vogel. He hired me to...
Order in the court. Your Honor, I move that the case against my client, Senator Durham, be dismissed.
On what grounds?
On the evidence contained on this record found in the apartment of the late Hugh Wilson, the radio and stage impersonator who was found shot in his apartment last night. I ask the court's permission to play it at this time.
Permission granted.
You may start the record now.
Yes, sir.
This is Hugh Wilson speaking. I've just been shot by Anthony Vogel. He hired me to impersonate the voice of Senator Durham. It's my voice on the soundtrack of the picture shown at Senator Durham's trial. I'll show how I did it. Listen.
Of course, Rinaldi, I told you you'd get the contract for a consideration. But you didn't send me my present of $50,000 for swinging it your way. So naturally, that's how it was done. That's how I did it. Durham's innocent. He never uttered those words. I did it.
Order in the court. Why, this is amazing, incredible.
Your Honor, there is one more voice on the record at the end. Listen.
The voice you have heard is that of Hugh Wilson, murdered by Anthony Vogel. He is the man who sought to frame Senator Durham. But Vogel failed. Just as in the end, all crime must fail. And all criminals pay the penalty of death.
Order in the court. Whose voice was that?
That, Your Honor, is the voice of the man to whom Senator Durham owes his vindication. The voice of the shadow.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the shadow leaves you, here's John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Barclay.
Thank you, Ken Roberts. Good evening, friends. Just now, I'd like to offer you a friendly suggestion to lose no time in sending for your free copy of my book, How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. This little book is attractively illustrated, and each of its 24 pages holds valuable heating information that is of interest to every homeowner. Problems such as the importance of clean furnaces, putting coal on the fire, how to bank a fire, and how to light a fire are dealt with in the fullest detail. For example, on page 16, you will find steps to follow in getting the best results from your furnace in the morning, during the day, and at night. And friends, these are only a few of the 36 topics covered in my book. There is no charge for this book. It will be sent to your home absolutely free and postpaid. It is a part of Blue Coal's famous free service. So I earnestly recommend that you send a postcard tonight for your free copy of How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. Address Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of the station to which you are listening. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barclay. Friends, these books are going like wildfire. So write for your copy tonight. Address a postcard in a clear, legible hand to Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of the station to which you are listening. Write now for your copy of How to Reduce the Cost of Heating Your Home. You have just heard a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
As you sow evil, so shall you reap evil. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite, will again present another thrilling adventure of the Shadow. Be sure to listen, and be sure to burn Blue Coal, the solid fuel for solid comfort.
Shadow knows.
Again, Blue Coal dealers present radio's strangest adventurer, the Shadow, mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Blue Coal brings you the Shadow's latest adventure, The Plot Murder. In just a moment, the Shadow's exciting adventure will begin. Meanwhile, I have something important to tell all you homeowners. During this treacherous winter season, you can protect your family's health by burning Blue Coal.
for Blue Coal's harmless blue coloring is your guarantee of clean, uniform, healthful heat all winter long. Blue Coal saves you money, too, for it burns steadily, completely, down to a fine, powdery ash. So next time you're buying fuel, ask for Blue Coal by name. It's Pennsylvania's finest anthracite. Order a trial ton from your nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow. An important announcement. Just before going on the air with today's adventure of the Shadow, we received a telegram from the American Police Review, presenting the Shadow with a special award. Be sure to hear this official presentation at the close of this program. And now, Blue Coal presents The Shadow in the Plot Murder.
Captain Hines, read the findings of this court-martial.
We find the accused, Lieutenant John Wilson, guilty of treasonable sabotage against the government.
No!
In that he willfully destroyed a secret device known as the flying torpedo, invented by one Georges Archelis and acquired exclusively for use by the government.
Has the prisoner anything to say before sentence is pronounced?
Yes. Yes, but what can he say? He admits he broke the mechanism on the demonstration torpedo.
Quiet, please, Professor Archelis. As the inventor, we understand your concern in this matter. But please don't interrupt. Well, Lieutenant Wilson?
I don't know, sir. I can hear all that's going on, but I went into the...
It's obvious, General Levitt, that Lieutenant Wilson is not mentally accountable.
He was sufficiently accountable to enter the testing shed by virtue of his authority as an Army lieutenant and to tamper with the flying torpedo and render it useless the very day it was to be demonstrated to the government. Read the sentence of the court.
Lieutenant Wilson, this court decides, subject to the approval of the President, that you will be dishonorably discharged from the service of your country and sentenced to imprisonment for the term of...
No!
Oh, my God, he's got a revolver! Don't shoot! That's the man, Professor Archelis! He's wounded, Professor Archelis!
Hold it out and take Lieutenant Wilson back to his cell.
Lamont Cranston, I tell you John Wilson can't be guilty. He just can't.
Well, why not, Margot? After all, traitorous Army officers are not unknown to history.
Yes, but the peculiar way John Wilson talked on the stand makes me think there's something strange about the whole thing. He acted, well, almost like a man in a trance. Lamont, just what is this flying torpedo he's supposed to have tampered with?
That's what its name implies, a sort of aerial torpedo filled with high explosive flying under its own power. And once it's launched into the air, instead of flying a predetermined course, its direction can be guided by radio beams from an observation plane flying high above it.
Oh, I see.
Imagine its tremendous effectiveness in warfare, deadly accuracy in hitting even a fast-moving target like a troop train or a supply ship.
Sounds tremendously important. Who invented it?
This man Archelis, who was to have demonstrated it last week at the proving grounds before a large delegation from the capital. Besides the members of the War Department, a great many high officials and other branches of the government were to attend the test.
Well?
Since your friend Wilson gained access to the laboratory and put the flying torpedo out of commission, the test has been postponed until tomorrow.
And who is Archelis? Where did he come from?
A famous foreign inventor. He's quite a reputation abroad.
Lamont, you don't suppose it's possible Archelis has the boy under some strong mental influence?
Possible.
They've got Wilson temporarily in the city jail. Won't you call on him as the Shadow?
Margot, do you honestly think that this case warrants my attention as the Shadow?
Lamont, I don't ask many favors, but I have a feeling John Wilson is innocent.
All right, Margot. If you're really serious, the Shadow will pay a call on John Wilson in the city jail.
Lieutenant Wilson is in that last cell, Professor Archelis.
Thank you, guard. This pass that General Levitt gave me. Do you take it or do I keep it?
You better keep it, sir, in case you want to use it again.
Yes, that's right.
You'll have to talk to Wilson through the bars. No one's allowed in his cell.
Thank you. I have no desire to go in. I already have one arm in a sling due to the young man's temper. There's only one or two questions I want to ask him, then I'll leave.
Very well. Well, who is it?
You! Archelis! Don't get excited, Lieutenant Wilson. I only came to tell you that you're a much better mechanic than a marksman. Your bullet only injured my arm.
I'm only sorry I didn't
Kill me? It's the only way you can break the spell I have over you, isn't it? To kill me.
Will somebody come?
Look in my eyes.
No.
Look.
No, I won't.
John Wilson. Look in my eyes.
No.
Look in my eyes, Wilson. That's right. Now repeat after me. I destroyed the torpedo. I destroyed the torpedo. Say it.
I destroyed the torpedo.
Sabotage against my country.
Sabotage against my country.
I am guilty.
I am guilty.
And that is all you remember.
Are you sure that's all he remembers? Professor Arcalis?
Who said that? Guard. You are there?
No, not the guard, Professor. He's waiting at the end of the passage.
You hide somewhere. In the next cell, perhaps?
No, I'm here. In the shadows, Professor Arcalis. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Who are you?
The Shadow.
The Shadow?
Help me. Help me.
I am your friend, John Wilson. Think now. Concentrate. What is it you're trying to remember?
It's that torpedo. Dangerous.
Wilson, keep quiet.
Steady now. Think. Think. You can break through this spell.
I tried to make them understand.
Stop.
I destroyed the torpedo
I
because...
command you to stop.
John, your friends believe in you. They're trying to help you.
Wilson, what have you committed?
Sabotage against my country. I am guilty. I am guilty.
So, Mr. Shadow, whoever you are, you see...
You have a powerful spell over the boy, Professor. But there is a way to break it.
What way, Shadow?
If you don't know, I have no intention of telling you. Yet. Margot Lane. Margot Lane, stand by. Arcalis has put Wilson under some strong mental influence, a sort of hypnotic telepathy. The boy's subconscious is dominated by the thoughts Arcalis plants there. We must weaken Arcalis' hold on Wilson's mind so we can find out if he's guilty or not. Stand ready for another call. Tonight I'm going to pay a surprise visit to Professor Arcalis at his hotel. I have a feeling that if we're not successful in getting Wilson to talk, this country of ours may suffer a terrible disaster.
Barra, lock the door. All right. Did anyone follow you here to the hotel?
No one, Professor Arcalis.
Good. The test will take place tomorrow?
Yes, at 3 o'clock. The War Department is so convinced your invention will render any nation possessing it invincible that the high command of both the Army and Navy are to be there to witness the test.
The President, too?
Yes. The President and the Vice President expect to attend, together with the Secretary of War and the Secretary of the Navy.
So they've fallen into my trap. It'll be blown off the face of the earth just as I planned. Barloff, be sure you make a final inspection before the torpedo is taken out of the grounds. And see that the steering mechanism is set.
I understand. But since I am your chief assistant, they might ask me to go along with them.
No, they won't. I'll fix that. Their bungling army mechanics think they understand the flying torpedo perfectly. So to satisfy their pride, I've let them take complete charge of the demonstration.
Good.
Don't worry, Barloff.
And afterwards?
Afterwards, with the guiding brains of the nation wiped out at a single stroke, the country will be thrown into confusion, disorganized. So we'll have nothing to fear.
I see.
There are only two things that bother me slightly, though. Lieutenant Wilson, for one.
Wilson? Did he really discover the secret trick of the steering mechanism?
Yes, he knows what we intend to do and how we intend to do it.
You should have disposed of him at once.
I thought of that. I was afraid it would arouse suspicion. But I'm keeping Wilson under mental hypnotic control until it's too late for him to stop us.
Wouldn't it be better if he were dead?
Perhaps. I can still visit him at the prison.
And what is the other thing that bothers you, Professor?
Only a shadow bother. But I'm not quite sure of the extent of its power.
A shadow?
Don't worry. I think I can take care of it, too. Listen.
What is it?
I thought I heard footsteps outside in the hall. Go and look.
There's no one here. All is empty.
Must be my nerves. I'll be glad when this is all over.
Our escape is taken care of?
Yes, the freighter will be waiting for us at South Pier. But go now, Carl. And success to you.
Good night, Professor.
Good night, Barlow. The shadow. If I can't put my willpower against the shadow, then I deserve to lose. And I've never yet...
Good evening, Professor Arcalis.
You? The shadow, you've come?
Yes, Professor. Why do you hold Lieutenant Wilson in a hypnotic spell, Professor?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We shall see. And now I have something else to tell you.
What?
Wilson knows something about you, Professor. And I'm going to find out what it is.
All right, Shadow. You know a little, but you'll never learn more from Wilson. No one can break the spell, not you, nor all your childish magic.
You forget. Greater magic, Arcalis.
What?
Death.
Death?
Yes, it's on the way, Professor. And I can promise you this, if any blood is shed, it will be yours, not the shadow's.
The second part of the Shadow's adventure will continue in just a moment. Meanwhile, here's some interesting information. Every day, more and more families throughout this area are saving money on their heating and cooking bills. These families are getting better and more economical heat than ever before with blue coal. Blue coal is anthracite. It is an American product mined by the Glen Alden Coal Company, who are deeply grateful for the purchases of blue coal by families throughout this area. Today, blue coal is the largest selling brand of home fuel in America because it is the only fuel that so satisfactorily combines all of the essentials necessary for perfect heating results. It is superior in quality, cleaner than most fuels, and economical because it burns long and steadily down to a fine powdery ash. Furthermore, there can be no substitution when ordering blue coal because it is the only solid fuel actually trademarked with a blue tint so that you can identify it at a glance. These are a few reasons why in Watertown, New York, blue coal sales this winter show a 29% increase over the same period a year ago. So take a tip from Watertown, New York families. Order blue coal by name. You will find the name of your nearest blue coal dealer listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
But I tell you, General Levitt...
Excuse me, Colonel Sullivan.
Go right ahead, General.
Hello? General Levitt speaking. Oh, yes. Good morning, Captain Hines. That's fine. You have the flying torpedo loaded and ready for the demonstration? Good. I'll expect a report. Sorry I can't be with you. Goodbye. Now, Cranston, to get back to this Lieutenant Wilson, I don't see what I can do.
But there may be some desperate plot at the bottom of this. Wilson acts as if he'd been put under some powerful hypnotic spell. He might know something about this flying torpedo that you ought to know.
For heaven's sake, Cranston, I haven't time to listen to any such drivel. I know you're a very agreeable young man, and you mean well, but you're letting your imagination run away with you. Now, if you don't mind, I must get ready to leave for the capital.
Very well. Just do me one favor, General Levitt. Might prove something to you.
Well, what is it?
Suggest to Professor Arcalis that he be present with the other official visitors at the proving ground.
the demonstration starts?
Of course, Professor Archalis will be there. Why shouldn't he be?
That's what I'd like to know. Unless I'm very much mistaken, General, Professor Archalis has made arrangements to be far, far away from the scene of his triumph.
George Cranston, I believe you know something.
Excuse me, sir.
Well?
There are two gentlemen here to see you, sir. Professor Archalis and another man.
Oh, all right. Show them in.
General Levitt will see you, General.
Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, General Levitt.
That's all right. This is Mr. Cranston, Professor Archalis, and Mr. Barloff.
How do you do?
How do you do?
If you don't mind, Mr. Cranston, I'd like to speak to General Levitt alone.
Not at all. I'm sure you have weighty matters to discuss.
Good day, gentlemen.
Thanks, Cranston. Goodbye. Oh, orderly.
Yes, General Levitt.
Is my luggage ready?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Then take the next train. There's one leaving in 20 minutes. Can you make it?
Yes, sir, if I go now, sir.
Go ahead, then. I'll close the office. I'll meet you in the Capitol tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, what brings you here, Professor?
Well,
Sit down, Mr. Barlow.
Thank you, sir. Barloff here has just returned from the proving ground, General. He supervised the loading of the torpedo early this morning.
Everything was all right, I hope?
Perfect. Your Army mechanics seem very proud they're going to handle the torpedo by themselves. Of course, we'll be anxious to know how it comes out.
Oh, aren't you going to be at the demonstration, Professor Archalis?
I'm afraid not. Another engagement, unfortunately, prevents my attending.
Oh, yes, I see. But I can't understand how anything could be more important to you than seeing your own invention demonstrated before the highest officials of our government.
I admit I'm terribly disappointed, General. However, I've left instructions for a telephone message to be sent to me at my hotel the minute the demonstration is over.
Professor, I'm not sure that this test should be made without your being there.
What do you mean?
Suppose I order you to go.
But no, that's impossible.
Why impossible, Mr. Barlow?
You must excuse Barloff, General Levitt. He is a little excited.
Excited? What about? Look here, Professor Archalis. Why don't you want to go to the proving ground?
Must I repeat my previous statement?
This stalling and hedging is very suspicious. By George, you'll go whether you want to or not.
Don't touch that phone. Barloff, be careful.
You can't give me orders in my own office.
You hit him too hard, Barloff. His head is bleeding. He struck the desk when he fell. Yeah, drag him in his closet and lock the door.
He knows something, Professor.
Yes, the fool suspects something, but how?
And we've got to act quickly.
I wonder if Lieutenant Wilson has talked.
But you said he's still under your hypnotic spell.
Perhaps it would be better if Lieutenant Wilson died.
Yes. You're going to murder him?
No, I'll merely suggest that he kill himself. No, Barloff, if you'll tie up the general...
Professor, look at him.
What?
General Levitt is dead.
Well, here's General Levitt's office, Margot.
No one seems to be here, Lamont.
Well, that's odd. General was here less than an hour ago. General! General Levitt.
Look, here on the corner of the desk.
Blood. Word to Commissioner Weston at once. Tell him something has happened to General Levitt.
Yes, anything else?
Yes, tell him to send a squad of men to South Pier. I overheard Professor Archalis and Barloff talking about meeting on a freighter there.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the jail. I'm going to make one more desperate attempt to get John Wilson to talk. You've got to find out what this is all about before it's too late.
You want me to wait here at the jail, Professor Archalis?
No, go down to South Pier, Barloff. I want to be alone with Lieutenant Wilson.
Yes.
I'll follow after I've taken care of him.
All right. But first, I'll collect the baggage.
But you remember only this, Lieutenant Wilson. See always my eyes in front of you.
Yes.
You will forever do what I tell you to.
Stop! Leave me alone.
No, never. Look, Wilson. See what I have? A knife. Here. Take it. Now listen to me. You are disgraced. Your family disgraced. You have nothing more to live for. Say it.
I have nothing more to live for. I have nothing more to live for.
Then draw the knife across your wrists. It's easy. Try it.
Stop, John. Don't do it.
The shadow.
He's trying to make me...
Keep away from me, Wilson.
I've got you
Let
by
go
the
of me,
arm,
Wilson.
Archalis. Did you feel the knife yourself?
Yes, you cut me, you fool.
Your blood is being shed, Professor. Remember what I told you?
Let me out of here. Let me out.
He's
gone, John?
Something's happened to me. I feel that I can talk now.
Then talk. Tell me what you know. Arcalis' spell is weakened.
I can't see you, and I don't know who you are, but you've got to help me. I first suspected Arcalis and his crowd when I saw that the steering mechanism of the flying torpedo had an extra attachment.
An extra attachment?
Yes, you see, the flying torpedo is supposed to be steered by radio beams from an accompanying plane. But this extra attachment I'm talking about would render the radio beams ineffective. In other words, the rudder is set so the torpedo will fly in a complete circle and come back and strike the point from which it was sent, like a boomerang.
If it does that in the demonstration today, it will wipe out all the important government officials.
Yes, that's their plan. Just as I made the discovery, Arcalis came into the workshop. I accused him, and he put me under this spell. I tried to talk, but I couldn't.
Never mind that. I'll get in touch with Commissioner Weston, have him go to the proving grounds. He can stop the test flight of this flying torpedo if he gets there soon enough.
What's the idea of having us wait around here at the South Pier? There don't seem to be anything stirring.
Who are the guys we're supposed to pick up?
Two birds for the name of Professor Arcalis and Barloff.
Foreigners, huh?
Yeah.
What are they going to do, make a getaway?
I don't know. Commissioner Weston just said to make sure we got them, that's all.
If it had been that important, don't you think the commissioner would have come down here himself?
Well, he was coming, but he got a last-minute call to go over the place where they're trying out that new flying torpedo.
Oh, yeah, I read about that. All these inventions.
Now, wait a minute. Somebody coming down the dock. Hey, you. Hey, stop where you are, I'll shoot. What's this all about?
Nothing.
Where are you going?
That is my business.
What's your name? Come on, what's your name?
Are you Barloff?
What is it to you?
Answer me, are you Barloff?
Yes.
Well, that's all we wanted to know.
Come on.
Where are you taking? I have done nothing. He's got a gun, Sergeant.
What?
I'm sorry, Sergeant. I had to do it.
That's okay. This Arcalis will probably be along in a minute. Put this bird behind those boxes. We don't want Arcalis to...
That's right. Hey, look out. Here comes another guy down the dock.
All right, quick.
Right.
Behind this piling here.
This
Come
one
on.
must be Arcalis.
Yeah, I guess so. Professor Arcalis?
Who are you?
The police. We want to ask you what...
Well, you can't get me to talk. You'll never make
Look
me...
out, Sergeant. He's got a gun there.
Drop that gun,
You can't
Arcalis.
take me. The police can't touch me.
You asked for it.
Oh, you nailed him, Sergeant. Did he get you?
Oh, I'm okay.
Here comes the parole. Must have heard the shots.
Oh, they didn't have time. Oh, Commissioner Weston?
Yes, Sergeant. So you got our man.
Yep.
Is he dead?
I don't think so, sir.
Well, Arcalis, maybe you'll talk. I'll never talk.
Commissioner Weston.
Shadow, what are you doing here?
We can't waste time, Commissioner. Did you stop the test of the flying torpedo?
Yes, but...
Good. Commissioner, you've saved the lives of thousands of spectators. To say nothing of some of our highest government officials.
Then it was you.
Yes. Yes, I had a friend of mine call you. And now, Professor Arcalis, let's have the story. You haven't much time.
I know. I'm dying, Shadow.
It was a plot against our national defense, wasn't it?
It was.
Who employed you to do it?
That I won't tell you.
But Lieutenant Wilson is innocent.
Yes. Wilson is innocent.
Commissioner, you're a witness. Lieutenant Wilson is cleared.
Yes, Shadow.
And what about General Levitt?
Barloff killed him.
Where is Barloff?
We got him behind these boxes.
How did you know about General Levitt, Shadow?
We found blood on his desk. But this time the blood is yours, Arcalis.
Yes. Mine.
Well, Shadow, Arcalis is dead.
Yes, Commissioner. And you've been instrumental in averting a national calamity. Arcalis is dead. The innocence of Lieutenant Wilson has been proved. And the integrity of the men who protect our liberty is again vindicated.
And now, here is John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert, with helpful heating hints for you.
Thank you, Ken Roberts. Good evening, friends. I've received numerous letters from homeowners asking what they can do to prevent chimney loss, wasted heat that goes up the chimney instead of through the pipes of your heating system. It is really a simple matter to prevent this, and you will save money on your fuel bills, too. The next time you refuel the fire, move the handle of the turn damper, that plate-like damper inside the smoke pipe, 1/16 of an inch toward the closed upright position. Then, if the fire still burns too freely, close the turn damper another 1/16 of an inch. Repeat this operation until you've found the correct adjustment. Once you've found this ideal adjustment of the turn damper, mark the position on the smoke pipe with a piece of chalk or something that can be plainly seen. Then leave the damper set at that mark. Remember, the nearer the turn damper is set to a closed position, the smaller the chimney loss and the greater the volume of useful heat. If you follow the suggestions that I give you every Sunday on this program, they should enable you to heat your home with the utmost efficiency and economy. However, if you're experiencing trouble with your heating plant, call your nearest blue coal dealer and ask him to send a John Barclay trained serviceman to your home to inspect your furnace. This service is free to all blue coal customers. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barclay. And here's the official telegram advising of the award the American Police Review has made to the Shadow program. Quote, "The American Police Review salutes the producers and sponsors of the Shadow for their contribution to the cause of better law enforcement. 13,000 police executives throughout the United States read the review. So our purpose is to help them find the best tools and methods to combat crime. The editors of the review have turned a critical ear toward the Shadow program for some time and are gratified to note that your presentation of police roles truly reflects the intelligence and character of the high type of police officer now found throughout the land. We therefore take pleasure in presenting to you the American Police Review Certificate of Award for Distinguished Service to the Cause of Better Law Enforcement. Signed, J. Norval Birch, editor of the American Police Review, Chicago, Illinois." And so, on behalf of blue coal dealers and of all those who assist in the weekly programs of the Shadow, we tender our thanks and appreciation to editor J. Norval Birch and the American Police Review for their splendid testimonial. You have just heard a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
As you sow evil, so shall you reap evil. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite, will again present another thrilling adventure of the Shadow. Be sure to listen, and be sure to burn blue coal, the solid fuel for solid comfort. This is the Mutual Broadcasting
The Shadow knows.
Again, Blue Coal dealers present radio's strangest adventurer, The Shadow, mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Blue Coal brings you The Shadow's latest adventure, The Bride of Death. The Shadow begins his exciting adventure in just a moment. Meanwhile, I'd like to make a suggestion to all you homeowners. To protect your family's health and save real money in the bargain, burn blue coal. For blue coal gives you uniform, healthful, economical heat all winter long. Its harmless blue coloring is your guarantee of better heat at less cost. So when you're buying fuel, insist on blue coal. It's Pennsylvania's finest hard coal. Order a trial ton from your nearest blue coal dealer tomorrow.
Who are you? What do you want at Casa Money at this hour of the night?
May I come in?
Oh, all right.
I'm the Reverend Colby from the fishing village below. I want to see Mrs. Ackley.
She has retired. Come tomorrow.
I must see her tonight.
Why?
My daughter Isabel is here. She's Mrs. Ackley's companion, but I've come to take her home.
Ah, the girl Isabel. She does not wish to leave.
I've come to fetch her. I'm a man of the cloth, a man of peace, but I will not leave without her. Let me by.
Parker, Matar, visitor, stop him.
Yes, master, as you command. Let go of me. Take your hands off me, you heathen devils.
Put him out. Keep him out.
Wait.
Mrs. Ackley.
I will see him. How dare you break into my house this way, Reverend Colby?
Because I will not have my daughter stay in a house that harbors evildoers, Mrs. Ackley. There's talk in the village of heathen rites performed by this man who calls himself Prophet of the Ancient One. This man you've brought to a Christian place from some Asiatic sinkhole of the godless.
Be careful how you speak in the presence of the prophet.
You mean that man there?
Yes, Minister. I am the prophet.
Prophet, where is my daughter Isabel? She is leaving this house on the cliff tonight.
Tell Reverend Colby she does not wish to go.
I...
Tell him, Mrs. Ackley.
Your daughter Isabel does not wish to go. Good night, Reverend Colby.
I do not believe you. Let me see her. Let her tell me herself.
She does not wish to see you. Get beyond the iron gates quickly, for in 5 minutes my servants will release my trained guardians.
I'm not afraid of that unholy pack of Black Panthers of yours.
They are dangerous, Minister. Trained in my native land. Trained to hunt and kill animals or men. Go now.
Very well. I'm going, but I'll be back. I'll be back.
Prophet, why do the panthers scream?
It is an omen of death.
Whose death? Tell me. The future is so plain to you. Tell me who is going to die.
I see the minister, Reverend Colby, standing in the pulpit of his church, turning the simple fishing folks against you, Mrs. Ackley.
Reverend Colby is going to die. But how?
The wrath of the Ancient One will strike him down with the voice of thunder and the tongue of fire.
Ago this night, I went to Mrs. Ackley's house on the cliff to bring my own daughter Isabel Colby home. I could not see her, could not speak to her. She is lost to me, and therefore let my own sorrow be a warning to those of you in this village whose sons and daughters may go to that house of the devil, to this man who dares desecrate the name of prophet.
Amen.
Now, let us offer a prayer for the mistress of Casamane. Though rich in worldly goods and worldly knowledge, and so long one of us, kindly and generous until of late, and now ailing in mind and spirit, who hath turned from God to follow the pathway of a disciple of Satan, let us pray. We beseech thee, have mercy on this poor lost one who hath strayed from
And so, in the midst of those who perished with him, and whom he loved so well, we return the body of our beloved minister, Reverend Colby. Return him to the earth, ashes unto ashes, dust unto dust.
Well, here we are, Margot.
Yes, but where, Lamont? The fog's so thick I can't see a thing.
This is the little village where the Reverend Colby and 10 of his parishioners were killed by a mysterious explosion in his church.
Oh, that was horrible. But, Lamont, it happened days ago. What can we do?
Murder has been committed, Margot. Wholesale murder, and the killer or killers are still at large.
But according to the newspaper report...
Yes, I know. The paper said the authorities have been unable to uncover a possible motive. Investigation is hampered by the refusal of the fisher folk of this quaint little village to cooperate.
Perhaps they're afraid to talk, Lamont.
Yes, it's surprising what superstition can do.
What about this rich Mrs. Ackley you were talking about, Lamont? Where does she fit into the picture?
I don't know, Margot. All I know is that about 3 months ago she returned from the Far East with a man who calls himself the Prophet. This man claims to be the leader of a cult worshipping a deity known as the Ancient One.
Is there such a cult?
There was, but it was stamped out nearly 5 centuries ago because its ceremonies and rituals included human sacrifice.
Human sacrifice?
Yes.
Oh, how horrible. Then you think there is a connection between this so-called prophet, the destruction of this Christian church, and the murder of Reverend Colby?
Margot, I don't know. I'm going into that cottage down the road. I want to ask some questions.
I'll wait in the car. Oh, that awful foghorn. It gives me the creeps.
You'll be safe here, Margot, but don't get out of the car.
All right.
Now, Lamont Cranston and the Shadow are going to find out something more about this mystery of the house on the cliff.
Someone's at the door. Don't answer.
And why not, Marthy? You think it's a ghost from the marshes or that devil from the cliff house? Who's there?
Don't open the door, Seth.
Stranger, I've lost my way in the fog.
Well, tell him there's but one road back to the mainland.
Leave this to me, Marthy. Where are you heading for, stranger?
Can you tell me how to get to Mrs. Ackley's place, Casamane?
Yes, I could, but I won't.
Wait! Don't close the door. I'd like to ask a few questions.
Questions, huh? Well, ask 'em, but I'll not warrant an answer to anybody going to that house.
You needn't be afraid of me.
I'm Captain Zeth. 50 years I've sailed before the mast, and I'm not afeard of man, devil of the sea. Who be you?
I'll tell you this much, Captain Zeth.
Yeah?
I'm here to put an end to the thing that made your wife afraid to let you open this door.
I can't see you out there in the dark, but,
Seth.
Huh?
Those panthers. They've come down the village again.
What? Panthers? Whose are they?
The prophets. Step into the house, stranger. They'll tear a man to pieces. Well, what ails you, Marthy?
The blue light. It's him coming in the gate. He always carries it. It's him, the one that calls himself the prophet.
Well, let him come. Get in the house, stranger. Well, Marthy, there's nobody here. Where is that fella gone? He was here a second ago.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he run for it. Zeth, what do you suppose that prophet fella wants of us?
Get away from the door, Marthy. I'll deal with him.
Good evening, my good captain.
Stop where you be. I'll not have the likes of you in my house.
A stranger came here. His car is down the road. The spirit of the Ancient One told me of his coming. Who was the stranger? Where has he gone?
To all your questions, I'll give you one answer. Get your howling beasts and your heathen godless self back to the house on the cliff, or I'll blow you to the very door of Hades.
No man threatens the prophet and lives.
Get out!
Very well, Captain. Since you will not tell me, I will find him. My servants are watching his car. We will find him.
You'll need all the unearthly powers you claim to find the man in this fog. Good night.
I'll find him. He can't be far away.
No. Not far away, but close to you. In the dark shadows and the swirling mist.
Who speaks?
I am looking for a man with blood on his hands. The blood of a minister and 10 innocent people he murdered.
Are you a man hiding in the fog?
Do not try so hard to pierce the fog. You cannot see me, for I am the shadow.
The shadow. A voice without physical presence. Only a voice. No, my friend. In my native India, such things are known, but not here.
The powers of mesmerism have spread beyond the gray monastic walls of the yogi priests. Modern science has advanced their ancient arts.
Perhaps, but I am still stronger than you. Strong enough to do what I have set out to do.
And what is that?
I will not tell you, Shadow. And no one, not even you with your borrowed powers, shall stand in my way, for I am the prophet. Prophet of the Ancient One.
Master, the stranger, he does not return to the automobile, but a young woman is there waiting for him.
So, could it be, Shadow, that you are the stranger we seek, that your companion waits for you? Aka.
Yes, master.
Go quickly, I will follow. Seize the girl. She will be useful to us. Very useful. If I cannot reach the Shadow, I can reach his companion.
Yes, master. Matau and the Panthers watch her. She will not escape.
Do you hear, Shadow?
Yes, I hear.
Save her if you can. You say you are a man. If that is true, then my Panthers will smell you out whether they can see you or not. There's the car. Akka, seize the girl.
Matau at the girl. Matana low. Matana low.
Cover him out, you fools. Take her to the house on the cliff. We will keep her with Isabel Colby. She shall be tortured until she tells us what she knows.
At the beginning of this program, I made you a suggestion. To protect your family's health and save real money in the bargain, burn blue coal. Now, here's the reason for blue coal's superiority. This fine home fuel is selected Pennsylvania anthracite, an American product mined by the Glen Alden Coal Company. And anthracite supplies clean, uniform, healthful heat from cellar to attic, burned steadily, completely, down to a fine, powdery ash. So you see, anthracite combines all of the essentials necessary for perfect heating results. What's more, anthracite is the fuel that furnaces, parlor stoves, and cooking ranges in this part of the country were especially designed to burn. And the cream of all anthracite is blue coal. No wonder it is the largest selling brand of solid fuel in America. No wonder blue coal sales in Auburn, New York this winter show a 15% increase over sales for the same period a year ago. Blue coal is especially prepared for home use. Every carload is laboratory tested for purity and uniform size before shipment from the mine. And every piece of blue coal is trademarked with an unmistakable blue tint so that you can identify it at a glance. So when you're buying fuel, take a tip from Auburn, New York homeowners. Ask for blue coal by name. You can get it in 4 popular home sizes: egg, stove, chestnut, and pea. Order a trial ton from your nearest blue coal dealer tomorrow. You'll find him listed in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
Why did the prophet's servants bring you here to Mrs. Ackley's house?
I don't know. But who are you, and why are they keeping you locked up in this room?
Oh, I'm Isabel Colby. My father was Reverend Colby, the minister of the little fishing village down the cove. He's dead. They've murdered him.
Yes, I know. But you, why are you here?
I used to be Mrs. Ackley's companion and secretary before she brought this man, the prophet, to the house. But now, that Hindu has some sort of hold over her mind. He calls her a high priestess, and she let him lock me up in here.
Oh, how terrible, Miss Colby. What is happening in this house to Mrs. Ackley and to you?
I don't know. It has something to do with a ceremony that the prophet says he and Mrs. Ackley must perform. The climax of some strange religious ritual they go through day after day in Mrs. Ackley's private chapel. He's changed it into a place he calls the Temple of the Ancient Ones. This morning, he came here and said, I'm to be what he calls the Bride of Death. They're going to take me to that temple tonight.
Do you know why?
Yes, to kill me.
Oh, no.
Mrs. Ackley, as the high priestess, is going to sacrifice me to that horrible deity they worship.
Don't give up hope, Isabel. There's still a chance we'll get out of this place, both of us. Oh, Lamont, why don't you come before it's too late? Maybe this is...
Aka, unlock the door.
Don't let them take me. Don't.
Isabel Colby, the time has come. The high priestess is waiting to perform her ceremony in the temple of the ancient ones.
No.
Ottawa. Yes, master. Take the girl Isabel to the shrine. Tell the high priestess to prepare the girl and herself for the wedding of death. Come. My master commands.
No, I won't go.
Get your hands off Miss Colby.
Aka, seize the strange girl.
Let go of me.
Yes, master. I kill her now. No. Ottawa. Take the girl Isabel to the shrine. Wait there for me. Prepare the sacred fires. Purify the sword of the ancient one. The sacrificial altar is ready. And death is waiting for his bride. Yes, master.
No, you're going to murder me like you murdered my father.
Now, strange girl, I will deal with you.
No, Prophet. You will deal with me. The Shadow.
Oh, thank heavens you've come.
You, the Shadow here? How? There are panthers chained at every door.
It was easy, Prophet.
Oh, I knew the Shadow would come. I knew he couldn't be far away.
So, you do know this Shadow. This slinking coward who fears to show himself. Who hides himself in the shadows.
Shadow, the prophet is going to kill Reverend Colby's daughter. He's going to make Mrs. Ackley kill her in some fantastic ceremony.
Yes. In a few minutes you will be dead and you cannot stop it.
Clever scheme. You've numbed the failing mind of Mrs. Ackley with drugs. Made her do your will, sign a fortune over to you.
Your knowledge will not help you now, Shadow.
You plan to have Mrs. Ackley commit murder, turn her over to the police, blame her for the death of Reverend Colby, and with her fortune in your hands, discard your role of prophet and disappear.
You are clever, Shadow. Yes, that is my plan. It is a pity such a mind as yours will soon be lost to the world. Within an hour, after Mrs. Ackley has obligingly murdered the girl Isabel, this house will burn. A tank of gasoline in the cellar will explode. And this will be the funeral pyre of the Shadow and his beautiful young companion. But I must go now. They are waiting for me.
You are not going through that door. It is locked.
You lie. It is. Aka! Shaw!
They cannot hear you. They're waiting for you in the temple, and I have the key to the door.
You are not too clever, Shadow. Give me the key to the door or I shoot this girl.
Take that gun away from her head.
Throw the key upon that table, quick.
Don't give him the key. I'm not afraid of him.
I shall count to 3, Shadow. If I don't get the key, it's a pity. But this beautiful girl shall die. 1.
You wouldn't.
2. 3. Ah. You are wise, Shadow.
You fiendish devil. I'll show you the Shadow can do more than warn, threaten. Take that!
Ah.
Oh, Lamont. Oh, Lamont, are you all right?
Yes, but I'm afraid I knocked the prophet out cold. Margot, take that key. Get out of here. Down the hall. There's a door. Take the prophet's gun. Drive to that cottage I visited tonight. Get Captain Zeth to call the villagers. Tell them they can help to avenge the murder of their friends.
What are you going to do? They may kill Isabel before I can get help.
Never mind. You hurry and get help.
All right, I'll go. I'll get Captain Zeth to round up the people of the village, and then I'll come back.
Very well, Margot. I may need your help. Come back to this room.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Lamont?
Yes, Margot?
I saw Captain Zeth. The people of the village are coming. He's calling them together.
You can't wait for him, Margot. Beyond that door, at the head of the stairs, Death is waiting for Isabel Colby. The prophet's followers are there awaiting his appearance.
But the prophet's still lying here unconscious on the floor.
Nevertheless, he will not disappoint them.
Lamont, I don't understand.
Margot, I'm going to ask you to do a very dangerous thing. I want you to put on the prophet's robe, cover your face with a hood, and walk in there as the prophet.
Oh, very well. I'll do anything I can. You know that.
Do not show your face till you reach the altar. Don't speak. Keep close to Isabel Colby. Watch Mrs. Ackley and leave the rest to me.
Yes, Lamont. I understand. I'm ready.
Metanalo, etilasi calavara. Calavara, metanalo, sadamos. O ancient one, vision of eternal life, before thy altar the youthful maiden waits. Thy ancient sword, her spirit, to release unto thine own. Her blood is pledged, her soul is thine. Metanalo etilasi, calavara sadamort. All is in readiness, master.
Metawa, look. The hood covers the master's face. The hour has come for the ritual to begin. See, master. The girl Isabel is lashed to the altar of the Ancient One. The sacred fires burn in the jeweled torches. All is in readiness, master. All as you have commanded. Metawa, bring Mrs. Ackley. Prepare her to make the sacrifice.
I am ready. Ready to do the will of the prophet, to plunge this sword into the girl's heart. But I am afraid. Help me. Give me the sacred drug to give me strength, the will to do the things you have told me I must do, if I am to be high priestess to the Ancient One.
Look, Matawa. It is strange. The master does not speak, does not answer us.
He goes to the shrine alone.
Wait. He turns. He is lifting the hood of his robes.
Akka, look. It is not the prophet.
It is a beautiful girl.
It is the strange girl. The one the master stayed below to question about the shadow.
What has happened to our master? Why do you wear the robes of the prophet?
Akka, Metawa, you have been tricked. The man you serve as a god is a rogue, a charlatan, a fake.
That voice, Metawa. That is not the voice of the prophet. It is not the strange girl speaking. See, her lips have not moved.
No. It is the voice of the shadow.
The shadow. The master warned us to beware of the shadow, Akka.
Matawa, the master must be dead. The shadow has killed him.
Prophet, the time has come. I must drive this sword into the heart of the bride of death. I will not fail.
Don't do it. They're tricking you, making you murder me. Then they'll kill you.
No,
They'll kill you.
No, I shall be a high priestess. I shall live forever like the prophet, like the Ancient One.
Mrs. Ackley! Mrs. Ackley! Drop that sword. Drop that sword, Mrs. Ackley. Drop it, I say.
Drop the sword. Yes, drop the sword.
Oh. Akka, look. This shadow has broken the master's power over this woman.
I am free now. Free of the spell. Oh, what have I done?
He is stronger than the master.
We must escape. We must get away.
You will never get away. Never leave this house.
Akka! Matawa!
The prophet.
That girl is wearing my robes. Throw your knives. Kill her. Kill her, I command you.
No. No, prophet. We obey you no more.
Obey me. You trick us, make us kill. Say you are the true prophet of the Ancient One. You defy me. Don't. Drop the knife.
See, the blood runs in his veins. He tells us he cannot die. Now we shall see.
You fools. Now the shadow will destroy you.
He is dead. The shadow spoke the truth, Matawa. He was not the true prophet. The true prophet of the Ancient One
was blessed with life. Everlasting.
You are right, Arca.
Quick, we must get away. Away from this shadow.
You cannot escape for long. Your sins will find you out.
Oh,
Isabel! Isabel!
Colby,
Colby, you're
you're
safe.
safe. Oh, thank you. But won't you
friends are
tell me
coming
who
to
you
help
are?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I must remain anonymous until my work is finished. I will have to continue being known only as the Shadow.
Now here is John Barclay, Blue Coal's heating expert, with a few words of heating advice for you.
Thank you, Ken Roberts. Good evening, friends. During the month of March, when the weather is very changeable, a cold spell and a warm spell, some homeowners get the impression that they're economizing on fuel by putting only a little coal on the furnace fire during milder days. As a matter of fact, that is one of the surest ways to actually waste fuel. Shallow fires burn coal quickly, have a tendency to go out easily, can't deliver sufficient heat, and make repeated refueling necessary. The truly economical way to fire a furnace is to keep a deep fire bed at all times. It should always be up to a level with the bottom of the fire door. In mild weather, if you like, you can leave a little heavier layer of ash on the grates. This will keep the fire burning very slowly, yet keep enough coal burning to provide sufficient heat should the outside temperature drop suddenly. Let me impress you with this important point. After putting fresh coal on the fire, be sure to leave an exposed spot of live coals directly in front of your fire door. The hot spot will act as a pilot light and ignite the gases that come up from fresh coal. Allow these gases to become ignited before checking the fire. If you follow this method of firing throughout the changeable March weather, you will get the utmost in efficiency and economy from your furnace. However, if you still have difficulty in properly heating your home, call your nearest blue coal dealer and ask him to send a John Barclay serviceman to inspect your furnace. This service is free to blue coal customers. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barclay. And friends, don't fail to take advantage of the free John Barclay service. Phone your nearest blue coal dealer tomorrow. You have just heard a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
As you sow evil, so shall you reap evil. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite, will again present another thrilling adventure of the Shadow. Be sure to listen, and be sure to burn Blue Coal, the solid fuel for solid comfort.
The Shadow knows.
Again, Blue Coal dealers present radio's strangest adventurer, the Shadow, mystery man who strikes terror into the very hearts of shopsters, lawbreakers, and criminals. Today, Blue Coal brings you the Shadow's latest adventure, The Silent Avenger. The Shadow's exciting adventure begins in just a moment. But first, I'd like to remind you homeowners that right now, when winter is changing into spring, is the most treacherous time of all the year. But you can protect your family's health and save valuable dollars by burning Blue Coal. It's Pennsylvania's finest anthracite. Order a trial ton from your nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow. And if you want to read the adventures of the Shadow in complete novel form, in addition to numerous detective stories, crime problems, and features, simply write us for your copy of the Shadow magazine absolutely free. Remember, all you have to do is mail a penny postcard to Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or to Blue Coal in care of this station.
send for your free copy of the Shadow magazine tonight.
Joseph Brecker, you have been duly tried by a jury and found guilty of murder in the first degree. You now appear in this court that sentence may be passed upon you. But before I pronounce sentence, have you anything to say?
Yeah, I have. Before you pass sentence on me, I'm going to pass sentence on you. You, Judge Wilson, on Sloan, the prosecuting attorney. On those 12 good and true saps on the jury. And on one more, maybe. The guy that really trapped me in the first place. The only guy smart enough to get me. The Shadow.
Order! Order in the court! That will do, Joseph Brecker. You have nothing to say in your own behalf.
This is in my own behalf, and you'd better listen, all of you. I know I'm on my way to the death house to the chair. But I'm warning you. For every day I sit in a death house, one of you will be killed. Starting with the foreman of the jury. And if the governor doesn't commute my sentence to life, he'll die the day I burn.
Order! Order in the court! Joseph Brecker, by the power vested in me by the people of this state, I hereby order you to be taken to the state penitentiary, there to be delivered over to the warden, by whom on a certain day determined by this court, he shall in the manner prescribed by law put you to death. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Order's adjourned. All right, come on, clear the court. Outside.
Well, it's a sheer bluff, I tell you. How can Brecker kill a whole jury? The DA, Judge Wilson, even the governor. I tell you, he's crazy.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't on that jury.
Yeah, you bet.
Some
of
gang are wiped out. Brecker's gang are all dead or in jail.
I know, but you can't
get that crack
yes,
about the Shadow.
Nobody's ever seen the Shadow. He could appear right in this courtroom and not be seen. I'd hate to have anybody like that.
Well, Margot, let's get out of here.
It must be very flattering to inspire such awe and fear, Lamont.
It has its disadvantage, Margot. Unfortunately, the mystery surrounding the Shadow inspires fear and terror in the innocent as well as the guilty. The unknown is so often associated with evil. There's no help for it. The Shadow must remain a shadow.
Lamont, what do you make of Brecker's threat? Do you think it's just bluff?
I wish I did, Margot.
Meaning?
Meaning Lamont Cranston is going to don the Shadow's cloak and call on Joe Brecker in prison.
Brother to see you, Brecker.
Okay. Hello, Danny. Hello, Joe.
You got 5 minutes. Better make the most of it. Deputies are here from the state pen to take you bye-bye to the big house. I'll be back.
All right. Come on in, Danny. Sit on the bunk. I want to talk to you. There ain't much time. Hey, it's like a cage where they keep animals, huh, Joe? Lay off that, Danny. Okay, don't get sore. Sit down here and listen to what I got to say. Are they gonna kill you, Joe? Yeah, but they're gonna pay for it, every last one of them. You know who they are, don't you? I've told you over and over again. Yeah, Joe, you told me. And you know what you're to do. You remember everything I told you. Don't you, Danny? Yeah, Joe, I remember. I won't forget. When the newspapers say they put you in a death house, I killed one of them. That's right, Danny. And don't forget, these people I told you about, the judge, the jury, that prosecuting attorney, are the same ones that drafted you into the army, sent you over to France, let you get shell-shocked so it's hard for you to remember things. Sure. I won't forget. Hey, will it hurt much when they kill you, Joe? Stop that, will you? Okay, I just want to know. You just keep your mind on the jury and Judge Wilson. Maybe even the governor. You'll get them all, eh, Danny? Yeah, Joe. They won't know what hit them. That's the stuff, Danny. And now, just one more thing. There's a guy that may get after you. He's smarter than the cops. He's the one that really got me. You gotta keep away from him. Don't give him a chance to find you. How can I do that? You gotta keep away from home. Don't go near the flat of the old lady. But Ma will worry if I don't come home next No, she won't, Danny. She'll know you got things to do. All right, Joe. What about the fella I can't see? Is he dead? Like all my buddies in the war? The ones that talk to me in the dark? No, Danny. This guy's different. He ain't dead, he's alive. You can hear his voice, only you can't see him. But if you ever hear his voice, you'll know he's near you. somewhere in the shadows.
Yeah. If he talks to me, I'll fix him, Joe.
Sure, but not the way you're going to get the others, Danny. Because you can't see him, see? Now, look. You know those old hand grenades you have at home?
Yeah?
Well, I want you to carry a couple with you. If this guy ever finds you, if he tries to stop you paying him off for killing me, you just pull the pin of a hand grenade and throw it where you think his voice is coming from. That'll get him.
All right, Joe. But how'll I know when it's him?
You'll know all right, Danny. He has a queer kind of laugh. And he calls himself the Shadow.
All right, Breaker. Time's up. Come on, you.
Okay. So long, Danny. Don't you forget anything.
So long, Joe. I wouldn't forget. I wouldn't forget nothing you told me.
Come on, you. Out this way. Take it up.
The poor dope. He'll do it all right. He'll fix him. Every last one of them if I burn. Who's that? I heard somebody, but there's nobody there. Hey, guard!
Are you surprised to find me here, Joe Brecker?
Shadow.
So you weren't expecting me. And yet prisons are filled with shadows. Shadows in the minds of men walking in the shadow of death itself.
What do you want? You put me here, sent me to the chair. Why can't you let me alone?
Because your career of murder is not over. Because I know you mean to carry out the threat you made in court.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't stop me, Shadow.
I can. Because you're going to tell me how the jury, the prosecuting attorney, and Judge Wilson are going to be killed.
You're crazy. I'm not telling you anything, Shadow. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I got nothing to lose.
You are telling me, Brecker.
Yeah?
You see, I can read your mind. One thought is racing through your mind now. It's mirrored in your eyes, etched on your brain.
You're lying, trying to trick me into telling you.
All right, I'll tell you what you're thinking about. You're thinking of a man. He acts strangely. That's it. He's shell-shocked.
No.
Am I right?
No, stop it.
This man is very close to you. I've got it. He's your brother. His name is... Let's see. Danny, isn't it?
No, go away. Leave me alone.
Thinking that even now your brother, Danny, is hurrying home to get a high-powered rifle out of a trunk.
Is that true?
A rifle equipped with telescopic sights and a silencer. You're thinking of Danny's medals for marksmanship. His decorations for valor as a sniper. A sniper so cunning he could hide in an open battlefield.
It's a lie.
Pick his enemies off at long range and not be seen. That's all I need to know, Brecker. All I need to know.
No, you're crazy. You're just guessing. All right, suppose he is. You won't find him. You won't stop him, Shadow.
Brecker, what's eating you?
No.
Hey, shut up, Brecker. What's the matter with you? Who do you think you're talking to?
It's a Shadow. He's here in the prison.
Yeah, well, don't let that worry you, Brecker. There's plenty of shadows where you're going. Come on. Deputies are waiting, and you're heading for the last mile. Now, look, Mr. Hanson. Every one of you jurors are in danger. You shouldn't be here on the street. This death threat may seem like a lot of hooey to you, but I've been assigned to guard you. And if anything happens, they'll send me back to pounding a beat.
Well, I'm sorry, Inspector, but I've got my business to attend to, and I can't hide in my office.
Hanson, what's the matter, man?
Oh, that man, look at him. He's fallen down.
What's the matter with that man? What's going on here? Keep back, get back. Who are you?
Greg, homicide squad. Man's been shot.
Oh, you're crazy. I didn't hear no shot.
Neither did I. But just the same, he's got a bullet right between the eyes. Looks like Joe Brecker is keeping his word.
Lamont, can't you do something? Can't you find Danny Brecker?
No, Margot. He got away. He hasn't been near his mother's home since his brother Joe went to the death house. got to find Danny Brecker. He's somewhere, hiding somewhere, waiting to strike again. I've got to find him.
Good morning, Mr. O'Hara. I'd like some oranges and potatoes.
Good heavens, Mrs. Adams. What are you doing out in the street? I thought the police had detectives watching every one of you jurors that was on the Brecker case.
Oh, they've got a detective staying at my house, but I had to have some things for dinner, and I slipped out.
Mother, can I have some candy?
Yes, dear, of course you can. You
Oh, Mother. Mother, what's the matter? Why don't you answer me?
Sam! Quick, phone the police. Get a doctor. Mrs. Adams has been shot.
Oh, I'm afraid she's dead.
Yes, the killer has struck again.
Oh, Judge Wilson.
Yes, Harvey?
Judge, don't you think it'd be, well, safer with a killer still at large if you had those window curtains closed?
No, that's not necessary. This apartment's on the 20th floor.
Yeah, I know, Your Honor, but just the same, I'll answer it, sir.
Thank you.
Hello? Yes, Judge Wilson is right here, Your Excellency. Well, the governor's on the wire, sir.
Here you are. Hello? Oh, yes, Governor. Yes, of course you couldn't commute Joe Brecker's sentence. If you did a thing like that, even to save the rest of the jury, there'd be no more law and order. But look, Governor, don't you think it'd be wise for you to cancel your engagement to ride in the parade tomorrow? You'd be in an open car and a perfect target for any...
Judge Wilson! Governor! Governor! Judge Wilson has just been shot. He's dead!
The Shadow will continue with his adventure in just a moment. In the meantime, here is a message of particular importance to families throughout this area who supply their own heat. We are now in a period of the year when all fuels are put to their severest test. However, homeowners who use blue coal have nothing to worry about, because blue coal, which is especially prepared for home use, is better qualified to meet sudden changes of weather than other fuels. During mild weather, blue coal banks for long periods with little attention. Then, when the temperature takes a sudden drop, blue coal immediately responds with minimum draft, sending a uniform supply of heat throughout the living quarters of the home. Because blue coal burns down to a fine, powdery ash, it is not only an economical fuel, but a particularly clean fuel as well. Furthermore, blue coal is an American product, mined in Pennsylvania by the Glen Alden Coal Company. Unlike a good many other fuels sold in this area, blue coal is prepared exclusively for home use. So that you can be sure of getting more uniform, more economical heat, blue coal is actually trademarked with a blue color so that you can identify it at a glance. There has been a big swing this winter to blue coal throughout this territory. Sales of blue coal this winter in the Middle Atlantic and New England states show an increase of 10.4% over sales for the same period a year ago. So take a tip from these blue coal families. For better, more economical heat, switch to blue coal tomorrow. Ask for it by name. Order a trial ton from your nearest blue coal dealer, whose name will be found in the Where to Buy It section of your classified telephone directory under the name Blue Coal.
Good work, Margot.
Hello, Lamont.
It'll take you long to get here. Let me help you out of the car.
I was waiting for your call, Lamont. As a matter of fact, I've been waiting for days. Where have you been? What are you doing?
The same thing the entire police force this city's been doing, Margot. Chasing a will-o'-the-wisp.
Are you sure it's Joe Brecker's brother, Danny?
Yes, there doesn't seem to be any doubt of it, but the police can't find him, and I haven't a single clue to go on.
What do you know about
I
him?
looked up his record. He was shell-shocked during the war in France. He was an expert marksman, a sniper. Society trained him to kill men. They told him they were enemies, that he should kill them off. And now, with a shell-shocked mind, he's remembering what society taught him. To kill.
Yes.
And another thing, for the people who've been through that experience, life is cheap.
Yes, but these poor people he shot and killed, the jurors and the judge, They were only doing their duty. They're innocent.
Yes, individually they're innocent, Margot. Individually, we're all innocent, and yet all guilty. Because this Danny, Joe Brecker's brother, is a product of our own folly. Teaching men to kill in time of war, and yet expecting them to respect life in time of peace.
Lamont, why did you want me to meet you here?
Oh, I want you to do something for me, Margot. I want you to go into that brownstone house right over there. Joe Brecker's mother lives in the basement.
Yes.
Joe is scheduled to die at 5 o'clock. It's exactly 10 minutes from now.
All right, Lamont. I'll do it. Where will you be?
I'll be with you, Margot, as the shadow. I have a feeling Danny may come to his mother tonight, either just before or just after his brother dies. Hurry, you have less than 10 minutes. Here's the house. I'll ring the bell.
Lamont, what shall I tell her? That I'm a reporter?
Yes, but don't try to make her answer questions.
I hear someone coming.
Yes? What do you want?
Mrs. Brecker, I'd like to speak to you. May I come in?
I don't care. You can come in if you want to. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. Nothing will ever matter again.
I know you've been through a terrible ordeal these past days, Mrs. Brecker.
How could you know what I've been through? How could anyone know? My one son a murderer, and the other one, goodness only knows what or where.
Oh, I'm very sorry. If there's anything I can do.
In 3 minutes, they'll be killing my son, Joe. There's nothing anyone can do. It's his brother Danny. Oh, I'm so worried about him. Why doesn't he come? Oh, why doesn't he come home?
Ma.
Oh, Danny.
Yeah.
Oh.
I come. Joe said I shouldn't, but I had to come. I knew you'd want me home tonight.
Danny, where have you been? What's Joe been making you do?
I just been doing what Joe told me to do for him. Ma, who's that girl there? What's she doing here?
Why, she's just a friend, Danny. Just a friend. Come to sit with me.
She won't tell nobody you've been here, will she?
Oh, no, Danny. She won't tell anyone.
Ma, they're gonna kill Joe in a few minutes. 5 o'clock. And then I gotta go out and do one more thing for Joe. Look, it's almost time.
Oh, no. No, Danny, no. You can't. I won't let you.
Let go of me, Ma.
No.
Let go of me.
Danny.
I gotta do what Joe told me. I gotta keep my word to Joe.
No, Danny, listen to me. I know who's been killing those people, shooting them. Oh, you've got to give yourself up, Danny. They won't hurt you. They didn't know. You didn't know what you were doing. 5 o'clock.
It's time. It's time. 5 o'clock. Joe's dead. Now I gotta go back to the tower and do the last thing Joe wanted me to do for him.
Danny, don't. You've done enough harm.
You keep out of this. Joe told me to do this. I gotta. I can still hear a voice telling me to do it.
Now you hear a voice telling you not to, Danny.
Voice? I know. You're the shadow.
Yes, Danny. And for your own sake, your mother's sake, Danny,
Joe told me what to do with you. He knew you'd find me. That's why I got this hand grenade.
Oh, Danny, don't.
I got my hand on the firing pin. I'm gonna pull it out.
Stop, Danny, I'm warning you.
The voice came from there, in the corner. Joe told me to throw the grenade. Oh, my shadow.
What happened?
It's all right. I managed to pick up the grenade and throw it through the window into the court before it exploded.
Oh, thank heaven.
I don't mind saying that's the closest call the shadow ever had.
Lamont, how long have you been here in your office? What happened? Were you able to trail Danny to his hiding place?
No, by the time I got to the street after that hand grenade episode, he disappeared.
But haven't you any idea where he went? Where that tower you mentioned might be?
No, I've been working on this enlarged map of the Midtown section, trying to find some tall building, some tower Danny Brecker could use to hide, to pick off the governor.
Danny said something about a tower. It must be somewhere along the line of march of today's parade, Lamont.
Margot, that's the Wardman Tower.
But it isn't finished. They stopped work on it. It's nothing but a steel frame.
What could be a better place for a sharpshooter like Danny Brecker? There's no work going on there, just a watchman down on the street level. Margot, it's a long chance, but it may be the answer. Come on, there's a minute to lose.
My car's downstairs, Lamont. I'll drive you over there. But what if he isn't there? What if he's somewhere else waiting to strike?
In that case, Margot, I'm afraid we'll have a new governor of this state.
Just a couple of minutes now, Joe. Just a couple of minutes, and the governor's car will come along. And then I'll do the last thing you asked me to do, Joe. Wind velocity 0. Range 300 yards. He'll die quick, Joe. Like you died. The governor's coming now, Joe. That's his automobile with all the flags on it. That's him, sitting in the back, with all those fellas around him. But I can pick 'em out. I won't miss, Joe.
Danny Brecker, listen to me.
What was that? Who said that? Who laughed like that?
Don't you recognize the shadow, Danny?
But Joe said... He said the hand grenade would fix you.
You see, Danny, your brother was wrong. Put down that rifle, Danny Brecker.
How did you find me way up here? How did you know I was hiding up here among these steel girders? Just like I used to hide in the trees in the war.
That doesn't matter, Danny Brecker. All that matters is that you must not kill any more people.
But I got to. Just one more, Shadow. Just one more. The governor. Down there in that car. I promised Joe.
No, Danny. You will never keep that promise. Put down that rifle. Put it down, Danny. Lay it down on that steel girder and crawl back to the catwalk.
All right. All right. I'll put it down. I'll put it down. Where are you, Shadow? I still got another grenade. Talk to me, Shadow. Say something so I can tell where you are.
Crawl back to the catwalk, Danny. Crawl back to the catwalk, I say.
No. No, I won't. I won't. You can't make me. Come here and get me if you want me, Shadow.
I don't want to have to do that, Danny.
Don't you come near me, Shadow. Don't you touch me. If you do, I'll drop this hand grenade. I'll throw it down here among all those people. I'll kill dozens of them. There. I'll pull the pin. I'll throw it.
Danny, listen to me. Hold that hand grenade, Danny. Hold it tight, Danny Brecker. See, your fingers tighten about it. Your mind obeys mine. Do you hear me, Danny? Danny, hold it. Don't throw that hand grenade.
Hold it. Hold it tight. Don't throw it.
Don't drop it. Don't drop it, Danny.
Don't drop it, Danny. Don't drop it, Danny. Don't drop it.
Yes, Commissioner Weston. A high-powered rifle fell into the street, fell right in front of the governor's car.
I'm glad no one was hurt.
Mm-hmm. This is the 30th floor. This is where the bomb went off. Blew the guy to pieces.
Good heavens, he must have had a time bomb that went off too quick. Any idea who it was?
Yep. They found an identification card and some newspaper clippings in his pocket, on what was left of him. It was Danny Brecker, Joe Becker's brother.
Oh. Well, I guess that's that. Don't suppose we'll ever know what really happened. Anyway, there's one consolation. Looks as if the shadow fell down on this case just as badly as we did.
Not quite, Commissioner Weston.
Oh, so you got here in time to take credit for this, eh, Shadow?
There is no credit. No glory in the death of Danny Brecker, Commissioner Weston. He was a victim. A human instrument of destruction. Fashioned by mankind. That teaches men to kill their enemies in time of war, yet expects them to forget their murderous art in time of peace. Danny Brecker was an enemy of society. A killer. But only because you
And I, and countless thousands, made him one. No, Commissioner. There is no glory in this for you, or the Shadow, or for any man.
Now, Mr. John Buckley, Blue Coal's heating expert, has a few words of valuable information for you.
Thank you, Ken Roberts. Good evening, friends. This summer, you no longer need to skimp on your hot water to save money on gas bills. Now it's possible for you to have from 3 to 5 times more hot water than ever before without any increase in cost. In fact, I'm sure I can tell you of a way to guarantee a greater supply of hot water at lower cost. As the first step toward an unlimited supply of really hot water, ask your Blue Coal dealer about hot water tank heaters, sometimes described as bucket-a-day stoves. These heaters are very inexpensive and can be installed at a reasonable cost. Today, these heaters can be installed with an automatic draft regulator, which greatly increases the heater's efficiency and further reduces the fuel bill. Heaters equipped with regulators not only help to maintain a supply of uniformly hot water, but they also make the operation of the heater practically automatic. Your Blue Coal dealer will be glad to tell you all about these heaters and quote a price on the size best suited to your requirements. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barclay. And friends, follow Mr. Barclay's advice. And remember this, you can show Blue Coal and the Shadow just how much you really enjoy this program by mailing the request for your free and postpaid copy of the Shadow magazine tonight. I'll repeat the address. Blue Coal, 120 Broadway, New York City, or Blue Coal in care of the station to which you are listening. Don't forget, mail your letter or postcard tonight. And for better heat at less cost, phone your nearest Blue Coal dealer tomorrow. You have just heard a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine. All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
As you sow evil, so shall you reap evil. Crime does not pay. The Shadow knows.
Next week, same time, same station, Blue Coal, America's finest anthracite, again presents another thrilling adventure of the Shadow. Be sure to listen and be sure to burn Blue Coal, the solid fuel for solid comfort. This is the Mutual Broadcast.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Shadow's exciting adventure starts in just a moment. But first, here's one of the most important announcements ever made in the history of motoring. It's about a new kind of tire, the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown. And it's really two great tires combined in one, because inside the tire, you get the famous golden ply protection against high-speed blowouts. And outside, it has the amazing new Lifesaver tread. Road tests by the nation's largest independent testing laboratory have proved that this new Silvertown with the Lifesaver tread gives greater resistance to skids than any other tires tested, including tires listed at from 40% to 70% higher in price. Furthermore, these impartial tests also proved that the new Silvertown averaged 19.1% more non-skid mileage than other tires priced the same. Think of it. That's the same as saying you'll get every 6th mile free. Remember, this new Silvertown is different from any other tire you've ever seen or ridden on before. And when you first test its grip on a wet, slippery pavement, you'll realize that you've never before had such a remarkable protection against dangerous skids. For safety's sake, ride on the new Goodrich, spelled Goodrich. Goodrich Safety Silvertown. The Shadow, Lamont Cranston, a man of wealth, a student of science, and a master of other people's minds, devotes his life to righting wrongs, protecting the innocent, and punishing the guilty. Using advanced methods that may ultimately become available to all law enforcement agencies, Cranston is known to the underworld as the Shadow. Never seen, only heard, as haunting to superstitious minds as a ghost, as inevitable as a guilty conscience. The Shadow's true identity is known only to his constant friend and aide, Margot Lane. Today's story, The Hypnotized Audience.
Hold it there, Miss Kahn. That's just the pose we want.
Look this way, Mr. Kahn. Gentlemen of the press, please, my master Durga Khan has already answered too many questions.
Oh, you needn't get tough about it, Sultan. We only want... You must excuse my servant, Ahmed, gentlemen. Your reception, it has overwhelmed him.
Oh, that's all right, Durga Khan.
He fears I may be too tired to dance tonight.
Are you really going right to the boat to the theater?
Yes, that is the plan. Now, I must beg to be excused. I must get ashore.
Okay. Come along, gang. Thanks, Durga Khan.
That's the famous thing.
Wine. Master, they took so many pictures.
All the better. To them, Durga Khan is merely a famous Oriental dancer and mystic. It would be amusing to see what they would print if they knew our real purpose in giving this recital.
Yes, master. Come quickly.
Steady there. Easy down the gangplank. Watch your step there. Get it off.
Master.
Yes, Ahmed.
Look, the Princess Zada. She came to the pier herself.
Zada? Where is she?
Over that way, see? Standing alone behind the barricade.
Yes, she sees us. The little fool. Ahmed, send the men off while I talk to the princess.
Yes, master.
Zada.
Oh, Durga Khan, what a sad day is this for thy father's house.
Quiet. Come away from the crowd. You should not have come.
Do you think my nerves are made of steel? My husband
Your husband is Durga Khan's brother, my brother. If I say wait, you wait.
But in 9 hours they will kill him. Durga Khan in their electric
There shall
chair.
be no execution. In 24 hours, my brother shall be free.
We have not got 24 hours. The execution
is set for 3 tomorrow morning. There is still time. We will delay the electrocution. That done, tomorrow there will be a jailbreak. My brother will escape.
Yes, but...
Listen to me, Zada, listen.
Yes, my lord.
This Governor Barnes, he will be at the dance recital.
He will be there.
Then tonight the honorable governor will grant a stay of execution to your husband, Princess Zada.
A stay?
A stay of 24 hours, which will be long enough. Now that I am here, the prison break will be no problem.
But if the governor will not grant the stay, if my husband really dies...
Hakim will not die. When Durga Khan asks a favor, he asks in a special way. Zada governors, not even kings, refuse.
This is not India, Durga Khan. They will guard this Governor Barnes.
Against my powers, Zada, there is no guard. Go to the house in the country. Wait there for me.
If you fail...
Fail. When Durga Khan dances, there is no thought of failure. And tonight, Zada, he dances for his brother's life.
Cigarette, Margot?
Oh, thank you, Lamont. You must admit the man is an art.
Yes, of course. Durga Khan is certainly the greatest Oriental dance of the day. His dances, they have the strange, mystic fascination of the East.
I just love Oriental culture.
Everything Oriental's perfect, you know. That woman's forgotten all about another Oriental. He's preparing to die, only a few miles away.
You mean Joseph Hakim, the murderer?
Exactly. No one applauded his display of Oriental culture, and he's from the same section as Durga Khan and of the same caste.
But Lamont, Hakim's a brutal murderer.
Certainly. He's to die tonight in the electric chair. Nevertheless, he's a product of the same civilization as the artistic Durga Khan.
Oh, look, there's Police Commissioner Weston.
Yes, I saw him in his box.
Coming over here. Hello, Commissioner Weston.
Oh, Margot Lane. Hello, Cranston.
How do you like the show?
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the governor.
Governor Barnes?
The governor isn't here.
Not yet. What with the execution and everything, he couldn't get away early. He's coming for the last half of the recital.
You mean Governor Barnes is actually leaving the State House tonight?
Yes. Barnes is hipped on seeing this dancing fellow.
I suppose he's wanted by the prison.
Now, that's taken care of. I have one of my men keeping a special wire open here to the theater.
Wasn't a pleasant case, was it, Commissioner?
No, sir. Plain, cold-blooded butchery.
Well, here comes Governor Barnes.
Hello, Commissioner Weston. Did I miss much?
Not too much, Governor. Still intermission.
Margot Lane and young Cranston. Well, tell me, is this Durga Khan as great as they say?
Every bit.
Fine. Well, I must get to my box. Coming, Commissioner?
Yes, Governor. It's this way.
We'd better get back, Lamont. There goes the buzzer.
All right, Margot.
Let's go back to our seats.
But after that first half of the program, Durga Khan's got to be wonderful. What can he do to top it? I don't like the looks of the bright flame from that lamp on the altar.
Why, Lamont, it's a lovely blue. I've never seen that color before.
I've only seen it once, Margot. Something rather curious happened that time.
She's getting ready to dance again.
Yes.
Where's Governor Barnes, Lamont? I've been trying to spot him.
Commissioner Weston's box, see? Sitting in the rear.
Shh, Lamont. Durga Khan's going to speak.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I will recite for you a mystic prayer. It is more ancient than the rivers of India. There is no translation for this prayer. You must let my dance interpret it for you.
Well, this is something new.
Please, let's listen.
It doesn't make sense.
Please, Lamont, don't disturb her.
Margot.
Yes?
Margot, that's hypnotism. He's trying to hypnotize the audience.
Isn't it wonderful?
Margot, listen. Listen. Can't you hear me?
A lovely chant.
Margot, use your will, Margot. Your will.
Oh.
Ashamed of you, Margot. Margot. She's under Khan's spell. Good Lord, everyone is. An entire audience. Even I can feel the influence. Mass hypnotism. But why? Why is Durga Khan exerting his will on all these people? Margot. Margot, listen to me, dear. Listen. Fight against it. Fight.
I can't.
Give me your hand. Now. Come back, Margot. Come back.
Why? What's the matter, Lamont?
Steady, my dear. Durga Khan's giving a remarkable exhibition of mass hypnotism, that's all.
Mass hypnotism?
Yes, the whole audience spellbound.
Oh, Lamont, that chant.
Don't listen. Don't look at that blue flame. Look up in the boxes, at anything, at Weston, at... Great heaven.
Lamont, what is it?
Look. Margot, two men just grabbed Governor Barnes.
The governor?
Yes, they're dragging him from the box. Stop,
Weston! Everyone, listen to me! The governor has been kidnapped!
What a thunderstorm.
Oh, Commissioner, step on it, Margot. We can't lose sight of Durga Khan's car.
Don't worry, Lamont, I won't.
Cranston, I've got to get back to town. This chase into the country is ridiculous.
They're turning off a highway.
Why should Durga Khan kidnap Governor Barnes?
Look, Lamont, there's a house on that hilltop. That's where Durga Khan is headed for. It's an ideal place to hide the governor, Commissioner.
Well, we can't raid every lonely house in the country.
Hurry, Margot. We've got to get into that house.
Yes, Lamont.
Margot, look out. Stop!
Great Scott. We nearly hit that telephone pole. The storm has blown it over, halfway into the road.
Yes, you could touch the wires if you wanted to. Cut your motor, Margot. We'll walk the rest of the way.
Shall I come along?
No, you stay here.
Oh, hurry up, Cranston. Let's get this whole thing over.
Get the shortwave radio equipment ready and stand by for a call.
Yes, do be careful, Lamont. This Durga Khan's a powerful and dangerous man.
Yes, my dear, but so is a certain friend of ours, the Shadow.
Ladies and gentlemen, how will this exciting adventure of the Shadow turn out? One moment and we shall see. Meanwhile, motorists, think of the chances you take on wet, slippery roads with smooth, worn tires. If your car suddenly swerved out of control, could you stop? Who knows what hazards await you?
The shadow knows. Beware. Thousands of people were killed or injured by skidding cars last year.
Yes, and Goodrich, too, knows the dangers of skidding. That's why Goodrich spent years developing a new kind of tire to give the greatest protection ever offered against skids. It's the new Goodrich Safety Silvertown with the Lifesaver tread. Every inch of this new Lifesaver tread is especially designed to dry the road under your car. In fact, motorists, the spiral bars of this tread act like a battery of windshield wipers. They sweep the water right and left, force it out through the deep grooves, make a dry track for the rubber to grip. Don't buy any tire until you've at least seen this new Goodrich Silvertown with the Lifesaver tread. Ride on it. Feel it grip. Feel it stop you quicker, safer than you've ever stopped before. Then you'll understand why a Silvertown stop may save your life.
No answer, Commissioner Weston.
No. Wait, Lamont. Someone's coming now.
Yes?
We want to see Durga Khan.
The master is resting.
I'm sorry. I'm Commissioner Weston, Police Department.
You cannot enter. Go away.
Now, look here.
The master must not be
Hold
disturbed.
on there.
Ahmed, what is this?
Two gentlemen, master. Police.
It's Commissioner Weston, Durga Khan.
Let them enter, Ahmed.
Yes, master. Step in, please.
Thank you.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Sorry to disturb you, Durga Khan.
It is late, Commissioner. Hardly the hour for a social call.
We'd just like to ask you some questions, sir, about the governor's disappearance.
So? You may go, Ahmed.
Yes, master.
Gentlemen, I know nothing.
You don't mind if we look around a bit, just a formality?
Look around?
Well, yes.
You
yes.
mean you desire to search my house?
Merely a matter of routine, sir.
Routine or no routine, it is an insult.
You don't understand, sir.
The home of Durga Khan to be searched like the den of a common criminal.
But if you...
I will not allow it. Durga Khan's blood is royal. In every country in the world, his privacy is respected. I will complain to your government.
You are forcing us to go and get a search warrant, Durga Khan.
Search warrant?
Cranston, do you think all this is necessary?
But Durga Khan really has nothing to hide.
No, of course I have not. Perhaps I have been too hasty. It is, I suppose, part of your customary routine, this search.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Nothing personal, you understand?
In that case, come. I will conduct you myself. Now, this room here. Wait till I switch on the lights. Step in, gentlemen.
Say, this is some layout.
Copy of the inside of a temple, isn't it?
Yes. You see, I have fitted it even with an altar.
What's that curtain behind the altar, sir?
That covers the sacred flame, Mr. Cranston. Wait. I will unveil it.
You know, Cranston, this place is enough to give you the creeps.
Yes, it is. It's marvelously beautiful, and yet...
Look, gentlemen. The sacred flame.
Why, that's the same sort of a fire that he had on the stage, isn't it?
Yes. That looks very familiar, Durga Khan.
Familiar? In what way?
Mr. Cranston here had a rather strange idea about the governor's kidnapping. He links it up with hypnotism.
Hypnotism? What hypnotism?
Oh, it's just an idea of Cranston's.
1 minute, Commissioner. Durga Khan, that Oriental prayer of yours, it seemed to have, well, a hypnotic influence on me. In fact, on the whole audience.
You must be mistaken, Mr. Cranston. Durga Khan is a dancer, not a hypnotist.
That's what I said.
But that prayer...
The prayer is harmless, my friends. Look, Durga Khan will recite it for you quickly. It is a simple petition to one of my country's gods. Listen, gentlemen. Melnasoam padmani hom lalani muanteyas.
Oh. Cranston, you feel sleepy?
Yes, very.
That's enough, Khan.
Stop, I said. Stop. Oh, chant. Oh, it's got me. Cranston. Wake up. Cranston. Stop. Durga Khan, or I'll shoot.
You can't shoot, Commissioner. Like the clever Mr. Cranston, you can only fall. 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 Ah, sleep, fools. Did you think to resist the power of Durga Khan? Now, search my house. Do. You will find your governor safe in my hands, no? You lie still. Durga Khan is your master. Will return before you awake. Rest. Sleep.
So, you think you can cast your spell over me, Durga Khan? Never. Now let it be a war of wills. You against the shadow.
Margot Lane. Margot Lane. The shadow calling Margot Lane.
Lamont, this is Margot.
Governor Barnes is here, so is Commissioner Weston. Both prisoners.
Lamont, Durga Khan's men came searching and I had to leave the car. They've wrecked the engine.
I was afraid they might. Now listen. There's a telephone apparatus in the right-hand pocket of the car. Rig it up to the telephone wires where the pole has fallen. Can you reach the wires?
Yes, they're quite low.
When you get the operator, ask her to trace the call and send help. Then tell her to stay off the wire.
Stay off the wire?
Yes, if I'm right, the governor will make a call from here very soon. You must intercept that call. You must pose as the operator at the state prison and the warden secretary. Her name is Miss Pierce. Take the governor's message. It'll be about a stay of execution for the murderer, Joseph Hakim. Say you will give the warden that message, understand?
Yes, Lamont.
I'll protect the governor. Durga Khan does not know about the shadow. That is all.
Turn the wheel and the rack a little more, men. Let Governor Barnes know what is really in store for him.
Yes, master.
Durga Khan, we have not much time.
Time enough, Princess daughter. My brother is not to die for a full hour. In half that time, the governor will be begging to do our bidding.
You're wrong. I'll never break.
You must.
Quiet, Zada. Durga Khan commands here. Listen to me, Governor Barnes. Either you form the prison and stop the execution, or this torture will grow worse and worse.
I will not do it. Hakim is going to pay for that murder.
Yes? Another turn of the wheel, then.
Yes, master.
Durga Khan, what about those two men downstairs?
I have hypnotized them, put them to sleep. I sent Ahmed to bind them. Men, twist the wheel.
Master! Master!
What is it, Ahmed?
Master, one of the men you put under your power has disappeared.
Disappeared?
The Commissioner Weston, he is asleep. The other one is gone.
Impossible.
He's not in the temple, Master. I searched everywhere.
He must have revived and fled. Oh, Durga Khan, what shall we do?
Have no fear, Zada. He cannot have gone far, but we must catch him. We must search the house.
Yes, Master.
Now, you other two, you hunt through the grounds.
Yes, Master.
Come, Zada, come. We must find him. We must.
Yes, Master.
Lock the door, Ahmed.
Governor Barnes.
Who is that? Who spoke?
A friend, Governor. I am here in the shadows. You cannot see me, but I am here to help you.
Who are you?
Some call me the Shadow.
The Shadow? I've heard of him.
Governor Barnes, Durga Khan does not know I am in this room.
Then get me out of here.
It's not so easy. Listen, Governor Barnes. Listen closely. I've sent for help, but you must make that phone call to the prison for Durga Khan. You must. Let me explain. You will not suffer any more, but act as though you were in agony.
I'll do it! Stop hurting me! I'll do it!
Good, Governor Barnes.
Hurry, Durga Khan. Dial the prison phone number.
Yes, Zada. Do not worry, there is still time. Loosen the wheel a little, Ahmed.
Yes, Master. Please, please, no more torture.
No more torture, Governor. But you are a very stubborn man.
Durga, the phone.
You promised to loosen my bonds.
After the call, Governor. Hello. Hello.
Oh, they must answer. They must.
They will, Zada. Remember, Governor, it is your life for my brothers. There will be no tricks.
I said I'd make the call.
It talks.
State prison.
All right, Governor. Ahmed, your knife is at the governor's throat.
Yes, master.
Speak, Governor, speak.
Hello, state prison.
Hello. This is Governor Barnes. The warden's office, please.
Yes, Governor, just a minute.
Remember, Governor, one false move and death.
Warden's office.
A woman. Ask who it is.
Hello. This is Governor Barnes. Who's talking?
Miss Pierce, Governor, the warden's secretary.
Miss Pierce, Zada. Is that the name?
Yes.
Go ahead, Governor.
Miss Pierce, I want a stay of execution for Joseph Hakim.
Joseph Hockey?
Yes, hurry. Tell the warden.
Oh, don't worry, Governor. We'll stop it.
It will be stopped.
Yes. And tomorrow the prison break. And your husband will be a free man.
You'll never get away with this.
You think your friends may trace that call, Governor? Perhaps. But when they reach here, we will be gone.
Hakim, my husband, free.
Now, what about me? You promised I'd go free if I made the call.
Gag the Governor, Ahmed. He annoys me.
Yes, master.
You treacherous devil! Oh!
He is gagged, master.
Durga Khan is not a fool, Governor. You would make too good a witness. I cannot let you live to accuse me. Ahmed.
Yes, master.
Silence the Governor. Forever. With your knife.
Yes, master.
You fool! You dropped the knife.
No, master. Someone gripped my arm.
There is no one here.
There is, Princess. I am here. The Shadow.
Master, there is only the voice.
Who are you that speaks and is not seen?
One whose power is greater than yours, Durga Khan. The Shadow.
Durga Khan, this unseen one.
He cannot stop us now, Zada. Ahmed, get the car ready.
Yes, master.
You are wrong, Durga Khan. I can stop you.
No, Shadow. Can your cloak of invisibility stop a bullet?
The gun is useless, Durga Khan. No marksman can hit what he cannot see.
Ah, but I can see the Governor, Shadow. He is still my hostage. We are leaving here. And if the Shadow attempts to stop us, the Governor dies.
You cannot escape the Shadow, Durga Khan.
No? Here, Zada, take this gun. If I give the word, shoot the Governor.
Yes, Durga Khan.
A life for a life, Shadow. We live in peace or bonds and Western die. Now, you must bargain with me, Shadow.
Great is Durga Khan. He talks while his brother dies.
His brother dies.
My brother lives. I saved
Princess
him.
Zada, this man with his dreams of power has deceived you. He has not saved Joseph Hakim.
You must be mad.
Even now, Princess, your husband is dead.
While talk, Shadow, and false.
Truth, Durga Khan. You cannot stop the course of justice by the power of your will. Hakim is dead. Your kidnapping was in vain.
He lies, Zada. Shoot the Governor.
Princess, wait.
Zada, obey my order.
Listen, Princess. You wish to know the truth about your husband?
Yes, oh, voice.
Oh, Zada.
Listen. Turn on the radio here. It's time for the news. Listen and learn if Joseph Hakim was saved tonight or not.
And that is the weather report for tonight.
Listen, Princess.
And now we bring you a news flash which just arrived in the studio. Exactly 2 minutes ago, Joseph Hakim was executed at state prison for murder. Hakim walked to the death chamber unaided, and he...
There must be some mistake.
Durga Khan, you faithless one. You have so many promises. You, the false brother. The mistake was in my trusting you.
That was the mistake, Princess Zada.
Zada, put that gun down. Zada, Durga Khan speaks.
Durga Khan speaks for the last time.
Put down that gun, Princess.
No, no, Hakim, my husband is dead. What is there left for me but death?
Shot herself.
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Master, we have caught another woman.
Oh, they're dead.
Release the girl, Ahmed.
Where is the voice? What is it?
It is the voice of the shadow men of Durga Khan. Your chief, Durga Khan, is dead. Your Princess Zada is dead. Release the prisoners and go.
Master.
Ahmed.
Master.
The blood of Durga Khan is no more. The police are coming, Ahmed.
Yes, Shadow. Yes.
So, the great Durga Khan is dead.
Yes, Margot. He forgot that laws were for all men, not only for the poor and the weak. Durga Khan had great talent, power, but he used it for evil. And it cost him his life.
You have been listening to a dramatized version of one of the many copyrighted stories which appear in the Shadow magazine.
bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
All the characters and all the places named are fictitious. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.